metal for moms, dudes.
Get it, girl.
Oh shit, we've been on for a little while.
Oh,
the button.
Sick. What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 190. I'm your host, Anthony Trapani. As always, got the resident homies with me, full bunch tonight. Joseph K, Casey Howard, Joel Horner. What up, y'all?
Hey. What up?
Hello.
And tonight we're joined by a dude we've known for quite some time, one of Joseph's bandmates in one of his several bands that he does, Dreamer. We're with Ricky Alvarado-Cabrera. What up, dude?
Yep. What's up, dudes? Thanks for having me.
What up?
Yeah. We've even up in the chat a bunch. You might know him as Ricky Avocado.
420, dude.
420. That's your Twitch or
69, dude.
Yeah, dude. Ricky, we've wanted you on for a while because you're the homie, and yeah, dude. Glad to have you tonight.
Hell yeah.
What up, Joseph? You look like you had something you were about to spit out.
No, dude, Ricky's just the homie. It's good to have you on, dude.
You guys are all the homies, man.
Bringing the homies together.
I watch your videos every time you post them. You're a sick bass player, dude. You're in a sick band. Of course, we need to have you on. You're with Joseph in a bit. It's like there's so many reasons why you should be on this show. So it finally happened.
Let's try to talk shit, dude.
Talk some shit, dude.
Nah, it is good.
Is your name Avocado because of it's Alvarado? Is that the pun?
You just got that,
Yeah,
bro?
it's so funny. I figured somebody
I think
would
I
ask
figured it
about
out, didn't I?
that. Yeah, I mean, some chick in high school, like she would just always say Ricky Avocado, and I made that Instagram during high school. So yeah, Ricky Avocado, dude.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
No, I like that. You got to
I
come
do.
up with a name that is organic. That's something that happened in life, and it wasn't like fucking Silverado, which actually might work too.
Yeah, dude.
Not as funny. Not as cool.
Not as funny. Yeah, it doesn't work.
I
Speaking of
prefer
avocado, yeah, Dan Eggers has a Odious guitar player has a avocado tattoo, a cut open avocado tattoo right here.
True serious, dude.
One of the hardest tattoos in the game.
Yeah.
I ate an avocado today, actually, in prep for this
I
episode.
am an avocado, dude.
Well,
Nah, avocados are sick, dude. They're expensive as fuck, but they're sick.
Did I, dude? Fuck yeah.
What up, dude?
Talk about
We're
What do you-
dog in the
Sure.
house.
how some places have avocados for like 89 cents, like Walmart and Aldi's or something, and then
Grocery outlet.
and then at other place they're like $3.95 per avocado.
It's fucking crazy, man.
A little bit bigger, but is it? I don't know. Is it worth it?
We should start an avocado booth, dude.
Should,
Yeah.
man.
Mm.
Avocado
Chef
farm.
Avocados.
Cali Death avocados, just ship to people.
It's kind of dangerous to farm
Just
those,
try to
dude.
ship
Oh,
them all
yeah,
quick.
right.
Like, okay, hopefully they're good.
In
when you
Mexico,
get
at
them.
least. Sorry, Joel. What were you
Is
saying?
it?
I was just saying, like, it'd be funny just if you gotta ship them. Like, yeah, ship them fucking quick, dude. Next day, or you can't fuck around with getting a shitty avocado.
Amazon Prime, dude.
Yeah.
$2 in Australia.
No, but yeah, like in Mexico, it's like kind of dangerous to farm them because the cartel wants to tap into that business or whatever. It's kind of
Crazy.
crazy.
It takes a lot of water, right? Doesn't it?
Sure it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
a-
like
it's a-
almonds, but
It's probably avocado toast that made it happen, dude. That bumped sales so crazy.
Yeah.
All the-
You don't want to look too hard into how the avocados are farmed, for sure.
Oh, is it gnarly?
There's definitely what Ricky said checks out about cartels and shit.
well, I don't buy blood avocados, so I get the.
There's a documentary on
You get
Netflix.
pure ones,
about
dude?
avocado.
Pure
Blood
avocado.
avocados, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's real though. That's
People dying over that shit, dude.
what is
crazy.
wrong with that is just wild to me that they're
Holy
killing over
guacamole!
food.
It's not. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
not
Murray's
just-
trying to hurry us up on the plugs
The
real
plugs,
quick
dude,
before
yeah.
we get We're already in the avocado. We're in the weeds around the
Thinking
avocado
about coffee
trees.
because it's probably like coffee time in Australia right now. It's probably like
Yeah. All right, let's do it then. Battleforgecoffee.com, always up top. The homies and Deeds of Fleshed. Deeds of Fleshed.
Fleshed.
Guys.
Past tense.
past tense Deeds of Flesh.
Due to flush.
Oh my God.
Deeds of Fleshed.
I couldn't
They,
even thought of that if I tried. That was great, dude.
They make great coffee, guys, and you want to support, the sick music, you support them this way as well. They got all the merch, the cups, mugs, or whatever. Go check out their website, battleforgecoffee.com. And then
Murray, what
I
the
still
fuck,
drink coffee
dude?
at 1.
it's 1:15. That I could drink coffee then.
I usually
I
stop
coffee
around
all day, dude.
2 or 3. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start getting cracked out if I.
I'm one of those people who
I'll
falls
do it for you,
asleep
man.
after a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
GeneratorRehearsalStudios.com, Oceanside, California. That's more homie shit. Our buddy Ben, he owns the place. Casey jams there. Joseph's jammed there. Get your jam on over there at GeneratorRehearsalStudios.com. Man, I am bumming. I'm flubbing these up so
Joel,
hard.
take over. Joel, take over.
No, I got to get through it, dude.
This joke.
Yeah. We gotta conquer your demon, dude.
Okay.
What else? Oh, then actually, I just passed it off to Professor here for all his plugs. It wasn't that bad of it. It's not a complete train wreck.
No,
I
it was
just flubbed a
passing it
couple
off.
words.
It was the train was passing off the
So what Dave's hot tubs, dude?
Yeah, Dave's hot tubs, dude.
Yeah.
No more. Is that not a thing anymore?
It's still hot.
Hell yeah.
I got the
Let me
shirt
take it off.
here.
Fuck.
I want to start by having Ricky plug our Dreamer shirts, which I have.
Oh yeah, dude. You could get those shirts at dreamerllc.net. No, for real. I think it's on Bandcamp, right, Joseph?
LLC.
Yeah, or just DM us or whatever. I
Joseph
just
will send
decided
you-
to pull the merch out
Yeah,
right now.
since you abandoned our Cali Death merch down in Long Beach, you got something else
Yeah.
you got to send out.
LLC, dog. Seriously?
To the person who we haven't shipped out to. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. But in
Is
the
there-
meantime, we've got these ones too.
extreme progressive metal, dude.
Oh, what up? I've actually never really heard that extreme progressive death metal. You hear technical progressive
metal,
death metal.
but extreme. Blast beats.
The
and
only other band I've heard with this moniker is Nea Obliviscaris.
Okay.
I'm okay with that being the shared thing. So, but thank you,
That's
Ricky.
like the final
Yes.
boss for band names for me. What is it? Nea Obliviscaris. Oh, I think I did. Did I say it right?
Yeah,
Pretty
we're gonna
close.
get- I'm
That's
I'm
just one you
supposed to
always
try
just read.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think we've tried to get a couple of those guys on. They were like, "Yeah, dude, we're on Australia." I go, "Fuck
Well,
off."
Dan
We're like, nay.
Dan Preslin just joined again, so he's the
Okay.
guy we should get on here.
Yeah. No, I'm buddies with him. No, we were gonna get him on, and then just work stuff.
Yeah. Shout out Dan, a huge influence on my drumming. All right, I actually have a couple more things to talk about if it's cool.
Go for it, dude.
Oh,
Do it.
All
I have a band called Parasitic Septicity, and we put out a 2-song demo called Genesis of the Infestation. Shout out Daniel for spearheading this project. Shout out Sebastian, our vocalist. Anyway, it got picked up by New Standard Elite, so
Nice.
we're going to do another album probably next year. In the meantime, this is streaming on New Standard Elite's YouTube. And then I also put a single from my solo project, Psionic, out on Spotify and all the digital distributions. It's on Apple Music and Spotify and everything, so you can check that out.
One man professor band.
And I want to shout out real fast before we get into it a lot later. But Sam and Jack, the promotion team, Rancid Awful Productions, who brought To Violently Vomit out to the UK, to Manchester last week. We had a really sick show there, and I would love to shout out every single person I saw out there. It was a lot of new homies, old homies, people who know us from the show, like David Easton. I remember meeting you there. He's actually a Dreamer fan as well. So
Sick.
Yeah. so good
That's
shit,
awesome,
dude. I was out there evangelizing our podcast. It was a lot of fun.
That's
Hell yeah.
what we love, dude. Just keep spreading the word, y'all.
Coors Light, dude.
Yeah.
You hitting the Coors Light tonight?
The Miller Lite, dog.
Oh, Miller Lite.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Gangster, dude.
4th of July beer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Some leftovers.
I'm gonna plug. Unless you're done, you still got more.
No, that's enough.
Texas Domination Fest, September.
Fuck yeah,
I'm
dude.
still, is it 27th, 28th, 29th? I always forget. But yeah, we're headlining the third day. Severed Savior is, and come out, hang out. I'm gonna probably be there all 3 days, and I'm looking forward to a multi-day festival. That's something that I haven't done in quite some time, guys, and I'm hoping it'll bring Maryland Death Fest vibes.
Mhm.
How many other multi-day festivals have you guys done? A bunch of those? Not played them, but gone to.
I just did.
He's like, I did yesterday.
Yeah, I just got back from one.
Well, then maybe I'm talking to the older cats. Casey and Joel, when's the last time you did a
What?
multi-day festival?
What do you want? What do you want from me? What?
Well, if you let me speak.
Psycho?
Are you guys fighting? Are you guys fighting?
No,
No, I'm
you guys
joking.
fighting?
I'm joking around.
Are you guys fighting?
Joel.
As far as no,
Now that
I
you're
don't know.
40, you got to watch out because you're gonna get irritated more easily. That's how it works. Trust me. So
So I'm gonna be like, whatever, dude.
hey,
Fuck this.
yeah. I'm sorry,
Um,
what was your question, Anthony?
have you done multi-day fest?
When was the last time you did a multi-day fest? Or not
Hmm.
did, but been to?
I know Psycho Fest with Ricky.
Oh,
That was pretty
multi-day.
easy.
Dude, that shit was fucking sick, man.
Dude, that was one of the more fun times. Psycho Fest was.
Oh, no.
I mean, I did 2 years in a row, and that's one of the more fun experiences.
I'm kind of bummed that it's not going on anymore. At least it didn't happen this year or last year.
Or last year, yeah. No, it
Yeah.
seems like the kind of COVID backlash or COVID-ish
Something.
stuff kind of did it, and then they just kind of lost steam or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I was just
it's a
sorry.
bummer.
I'm correcting myself. It's the 26th, 27th, 28th of September, and we're playing the
Okay.
28th. Yeah, Sinister. Bunch of bands, dude.
Dude, I
I
don't
should
think
start listing the bands too. What were you about to say, Casey?
I don't think I've ever been to a multi-day fest. I'm like trying to think. I'm like, I've always gone somewhere else the next day.
Well, I guess
No, we did
Maryland,
Maryland
when we
Death Fest.
played. We were there multiple days.
Oh yeah,
He's like,
Dude, Psycho was kind of brutal, man.
I guess we were there a couple days.
That was a while ago,
That's a good
bro.
point. Okay, you got it. I tried to block out that memory though.
Oh, that was like in the 90s,
just for
dude.
one little thing. The rest of the
Just-
weekend was a blast, and
just-
even the rest of the set was.
or just that one little moment where we train wrecked in front of 1,000 people. Yeah, dude, it's cool. I'm just kidding. No, it's
With
fine.
Odious Mortem.
It was
Yeah.
yeah. No,
I
it's
have had nightmares about it multiple times.
Yeah, dude.
Still, in my
I
late
have-
30s, I've had nightmares about it.
I have dreams all the time about that shit.
We were
so-
22 years old, me and Anthony, because we did the interview, and someone when I was on Cheney and Naveen's podcast, they were like, "Let's pull it up." Well, we were on the podcast. I'm like, "God damn it!"
There's footage of
Yeah.
it.
They pulled up the train
Oh
wreck.
yeah. Oh no, of us being interviewed by Metal Injection,
Oh yeah.
We're
I've
all-
seen that one, yeah.
that
and we're all
cringy.
blacked out. We're all fucking so. And
Cringe.
Ivan's like,
With Ivan,
we
right?
got- yeah, Ivan's just fucking
Oh,
fucking sucks dick.
I'm indoors.
He's like-
I'm indoors with my Oakleys on the back of my head.
Hell yeah.
We basically lost our jobs that night.
I know. I was making shit up on the. I was so drunk, and I was making shit up that wasn't true on the. I was like, yeah, dude, I got my weed license, and I was like, I didn't have it. I was making all this shit up because I was being put on the spot. And I'm like,
Shouldn't
yeah, dude,
even
we're from
have it.
California. We got that. I just made it up. I'm like, yeah, dude, they're little cards. I was telling people what they were, and I didn't have one. And I
That was
like,
2007, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was 12 or
That was
11.
not common.
Yeah,
We
didn't
were
you
tw- we were
say we
22.
hired a bunch of guys from Sweden to record this?
yeah.
To play our part.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's so
so
funny.
weird.
And he's like, yeah, I
You
remember
guys
he's all like, what, dude? I'm all fucking Sweden. Start yelling Sweden at him.
Yeah.
Yep,
God,
young
those
and
are-
dumb and full of alcohol.
yeah. Shit.
Cheers to that.
Well,
Anyways,
so we got the
What about this?
a gathering
Gathering of the Sick 5. Didn't Odious play Friday and Decrepit play Saturday?
I don't
I
remember.
don't
think we
dude,
played
I
the
don't
same
know.
day.
We were on.
No idea.
This
thought
guy's
it
a
was not-
hardcore fan.
I know
Well,
we
it
beat
was.
them.
out.
It was the double duty tours that went through that, so it would have probably
No, it
been on the
wasn't.
same day.
No, it wasn't. Or it was it was the Severed Savior, Decrepit Odious you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, and that double duty tour. Okay, yeah, that's back in the day. And also, is Texas Domination at the Fort Worth Zoo? Is that
No. Oh, that's a joke.
With some
I'm like,
baboon.
he
I was
looks
just so
up? He's
bad
all,
that I
no, dude,
haven't-
it's not at the zoo, dude. Let me look up the address.
I actually would have been like, that's sick, dude. An
That's sick,
outdoor-
dude.
Oh
Get
shit!
some fucking goats or something.
Get some howler monkeys as backup vocals, dude.
That'd be
You ever
rad.
heard of howler monkey?
Yes, sir.
Dude, they're
Is
fucking
your
gnarly.
son on here right now?
Oh, what's up, Trev? Yeah, I guess he's watching it. Father, hello.
Watch your mouth,
I'd
dude.
like
Watch-
interaction from you. Would you
watch your
like a
language,
loving
dude.
and
What
affectionate
Trevor is
response
that? Is
from
that
me?
Are you serious? Is that really?
No, it's literally
That's
Anthony's son.
That's
Oh.
my son, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
up, Trevor?
told me he wanted to interact. What's up, Trev? How are you, bro?
Dude, he is. We went to a dinner kind of about a year ago with him, and he was like, he's roasting, dude. He can roast
Damn,
you.
dude.
He
Like,
can.
he's witty and fast.
Oh,
and I was
really?
like,
Rad.
dang, dude. I was like, holy crap, this guy's really progressing in his improv roast abilities. I was very impressed.
He's taller than me now too, dude.
Damn,
wild.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
How old is he?
How does
12.
that feel?
Damn, he's taller than you. You're like my height, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's turning 13 this month. Happy birthday at the end of the month, Trev.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, happy
No.
birthday.
August
If
birthday.
If
Shout out.
Birthday
if I
kiddo.
use some words that I don't use at home, don't use it against me tonight.
The whole family's got you live on the TV. Like, they're just
Yeah,
like, "Alright,
Like, so
let's,
what was your greatest influence that you would like to discuss?
Yeah, the most formal version of myself I possibly could be. No.
That'd be funny.
Okay.
All right. So anybody
So-
else got plugs? What, Ricky, you got anywhere? Do you teach or anything? You want to plug some, nothing like that?
Nah, no, I don't.
Do
I
you
don't.
Alright.
work at like Fender or something, or do you?
Yeah,
work
I work at Fender.
Oh, we
That's
got
awesome.
Rona.
Yeah, we gotta get in that. Okay,
Yeah,
because
we
I keep
gotta
seeing
talk about
videos of you tuning. Yeah, we'll get into that. But
That is very
I definitely
interesting.
was. When I see those videos, I thought you were like at Sweetwater or something, and I was like,
No,
I was one
no.
of those Sweetwater guys.
Way
But
cooler
that's
than
awesome,
that.
man.
Way cooler.
You probably
Yeah,
dealt
dude,
with one of
I'm
my returns. I had a return of a Getty Lee bass that my cat pissed inside the fucking.
Was it like one of the newer ones?
Yeah, it was one of the. It was about a year and a half ago. I got a Getty Lee
Oh,
bass to check
why'd
it
you
out, and I
return
like, because I didn't like the two different volumes for each pickup.
Oh yeah,
I was
that's
like-
how the jazz basses are.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I just want the Getty Lee bass, and I was like, oh, it's like this. Well, if I like would randomly hit it and it would just change, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to do
Mhm.
stuff and record, and it's like not
Yeah,
completely levels would change, and the tone changes when you do that too. And I was like, that's just too sketchy. I don't want
tape
that.
up the knobs, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did you have the case open on the ground and like leave the room and say?
Well, it was a soft bag, and I remember like I was all like, it was on the couch or something, and I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to work out. Then I'm like, well, I got to do the. I don't like returning stuff, so I was like, especially if you have to mail it. So I was like, all right, well, let's just get this ready. And I'm like, something smells like this. Let me smell. And it just smelled right in the middle of it, and I was like, and I scrubbed it as much as I could. Was like, but still just smelled like piss. I'm like, oh, if they dock me, it's fine. Just give me some money back. And they're just like, no,
Yeah.
here you go, dude, full money back. I'm like, it's all right. Shit.
Cap his bag.
Yeah, someone got a cat piss bag if they didn't smell it. So if you resold it to someone, I apologize.
You know, it's all
That's a
good.
great story. All right, so
Well-
let's
Love cats, dude.
Well,
get into it here.
before
Yeah,
you worked
yeah,
at
this
Fender,
podcast.
you worked at Rickenbacker, right?
Yeah, in 2016, I was like 21.
Damn.
That's awesome.
You worked at Rickenbacker.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man,
be the dumb guy who doesn't know what Rickenbacker is. I'm thinking like
You don't know.
Orville Redenbacher popcorn right now when you guys say that.
a company that does mostly basses.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Rickenbacker. Yeah,
Paul
it's like
McCartney.
what's his
Paul McCartney
Paul
had one.
McCartney, the guy from Motorhead, Lemmy.
Lemmy had one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky was actually Lemmy's bass tech.
Yeah, dude. He was a homie, dude. We would drink whiskey all the time.
I was
What?
like, no, you were like 15
on.
when he died, I think.
I'm 28 now, so I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
28. Oh shit. Okay.
Really?
I
Wow.
assumed you were younger, and I feel bad for that, and I apologize.
whatever.
You have baby face. Can't deny it.
Hell yeah.
But
Good genes, brother.
Mhm.
Should we
Speaking of jeans, let's talk about your jeans and when they were made, and then when you grew up a little bit and found art or music or
Damn.
other creative aspect that sparked something in your brain.
Yeah, dude. Well, nobody in my family was really a musician at all. I kind of carved my own path in a way because I remember being in elementary school and kind of signing up for choir. I was in choir for like 3 years, but I didn't even know what the fuck choir meant. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck it, I'll just sign up. So I was in that for 3 years and I was like kind of singing and shit. But throughout that time, I wasn't really like doing anything musical. Like I didn't really listen to any music at all.
What about art? Did you do any art or?
I drew, like, I was drawing and I got kind of good at it, but I didn't really care for it that much. Something I was doing during that time was playing a lot of video games.
Okay.
And, I think like at the time I wasn't really like paying attention to the music, but it was definitely helping me get immersed into the world. And like now I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, like I could see why I like the music I like now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the music in those games, like, dude, they have like jazz fusion, industrial, like ambient music,
Right.
like Zelda, dude. Zelda's like one of my favorite series or whatever. And it has like really insane music, dude.
Yeah, dude. Breath of the Wild's got a killer soundtrack.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
And yeah, so you think you're playing video games, but you're in the background, you're getting files uploaded of, how your brain will accept music later on down the road.
Yeah, most definitely. And it wasn't until like my sister started dating my brother-in-law. He's the one that really got me going with all the music stuff. I was like 12 years old when they started dating. And I would like hang out with them, and when we would go to his house on the way, he would be playing music, and at that time, I was like in middle school, like 7th grade, and I already knew about like the Beatles, like System of a Down, Slipknot, and shit like that. But I didn't really listen to Slipknot or System of a Down too much. No, System of a Down I did, but not Slipknot. And I totally remember my, Slipknot coming up when we were in the car, and my sister was like, "Nah, dude, that shit's satanic." And so they would take it off or whatever. And I totally remember it was like a vivid memory that I have where Inferno's Unleash the Fire by Symphony X came on.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, whoa, dude, this is fucking sick. Yeah, and I was 12 years old,
Yeah.
The
Perfect
homie
timing. It blaze me out. Inferno, Unleash the Fire.
Yeah. And like I would always go over to, because like my sister started living with him, so nobody was at home to like take care of me. So I'd go over, and he had a lot of video games, and he had Rock Band and Guitar Hero. That was definitely like what made me listen to music, So,
and he was the one who was putting on all that metal.
Yeah. He
Nice.
noticed right away that I liked like shit with synths in it, because I would always play like the Rush songs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, dude, I fucking loved Tom Sawyer, like the like,
Fuck yeah.
fucking love that shit so much. And that's when I discovered Dream Theater, and I feel like that band really started it all for me. Like, it made me want to, like, all those members made me want to play bass. They made me want to play guitar, keyboards, drums, whatever. That band was super important. Yeah.
So-
When I was like 12, dude, like I totally remember being in summer school from 8th grade to 9th grade. I would listen to the title track of Octavarium. It's like a 20-minute song,
Yeah.
I listen to it every day.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Putting in prog push-ups right there, dude.
Yeah. 20 minutes a day is like a workout. Yeah.
It's funny.
exactly.
Joseph calls me a boomer for liking prog. So I guess
Is that some boomer shit now?
yeah.
Shots
A couple
fired,
times-
dude.
Do I? I just saw Leprous. I'm a prog boomer for sure, dude.
That's like fun new prog, dude. We're talking about like old school in the paint, dorky math prog, dude. We're talking
Yeah.
about like fucking like
Dream
man,
Theater
right.
was big for me. I played fucking Metropolis Part 1 and Erotomania in a high school band. I was
Alvarado-Cabrera,
pretty into
Jesus.
a certain set of Dream Theater. Oh, wow.
Dreamer Theater.
Oh, perfect,
That's-
perfect.
That's a
That's
trap.
what I was waiting to happen. That's perfect. Nice. Just slid right into that. Just perfect.
Yeah, we were talking pre-pod. There was some puns getting thrown around in the chat. There was,
But we definitely have the same shared growing up like influences. Everyone in Dreamer had to have a Dream
sure.
Theater phase, I think.
Most def.
I
I think
skipped the Dream Theater phase
Dreamer-
and did Symphony X instead.
If you take Dream Theater and just smash it down,
Smash
and
it.
leave
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ER at the end, it's like Dreamer.
We've definitely joked about that before. We were talking
really?
about like
Okay.
making a shirt with a Dream Theater font.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
Or just
think you
sit-
guys posted something. Or
Yeah,
like a
we
joke
posted
with
something
that.
like that.
Yeah, I was like, you guys have to do that.
Or you
Like,
could do a Dreamer
Probably get
Theater.
sued.
I mean, I
Or
remember
something, I don't
actually.
know.
Well, Black Dahlia Murder, I don't know if it's a lot
Huh.
smaller of a band, but Black Dahlia Murder, when we went on tour with them, they did it said Black Dahlia Murder, Slaughter the Soul, and it was the same.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was the same everything except for the artwork and everything. They just sold it on tour, just like Black Dahlia Murder, Slaughter the Soul. Or no, I think they might have put their band name or their album title on it, but it was the exact same font and everything. And I was like, and it just flew off the shelves.
Christopher, the unknown gentleman, is not here at the moment. Cream Theater would be funny because he's
Cream Theater.
Damn.
He's a Christopher
Creamer.
Creamer
Sorry,
B.
Creamer,
whatever. What's the whole cream? I don't know what that's all about.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he goes by.
It's,
There's avocados and Krispy Kremes and
Avocado cream.
yeah.
Sounds kinda
Do
weird, but-
Android? This is one of my favorite ones I came up with today. Do androids dream of electricy sleep or sheep?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
what?
The first part was pretty fucked up too.
Electric-
Do Android? It was too cutty because it's a Philip
don't
K.
get
Dick
it.
book. But do androids dream? So there's dream
Oh,
of electricy sheep.
tricky.
Is that a
Why
word?
tricky?
Is that a word?
Ricky.
Electricy with his name.
Oh man,
Oh,
I guess it's a
my
bomb.
toes are flying right up.
I liked
the
it.
sandals
I know.
are slipping. My feet are slipping out of the sandals.
Dude, we're so punny right now. It's
You're so funny, dude.
That one is actually good though.
I know that's a technical fucking
Yeah.
fun.
It's a double. It's a twofer, but I'm too much of a nerd, I guess.
We're all nerds, dude.
You
Fuck
pick
yeah.
a book that nobody read.
I feel like there was a lot of effort in that one, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, when you get me in the mood, dude, I'll just start finding
like-
everything.
It's like when you
Like-
swing really hard at the plate, but the ball just
Oh, I always swing hard at the plate, dude.
you know.
Hell yeah.
So
Anyways, yeah.
what happened after Dream Theater? What was the next band?
For sure, Opeth. Like I definitely remember being in the library with my homie and like his older brother. And his older brother was in high school, and he had like this binder, and on the binder he had I think it was Morning Rise. And I was like, whoa, dude, what's that? I was like all into it because of the logo. And he's like, it's fucking Opeth, dude. It's death metal. You want to know shit about this, kid? And he's like, yeah, dude, this song's 23 minutes long, dude. Black Rose Immortal, I think is the song.
Mhm.
And yeah, like I just dove right into Opeth, and they were my favorite band for years. I think I got into them like in 2010, and that's like when they like started releasing their like prog rock albums or whatever,
Mhm.
which I love. I personally love the prog rock stuff they released.
What was that first one that it was just straight prog?
Heritage
Was it?
Yeah,
so there was Watershed, right?
and Heritage.
Then the one right after that was Heritage. Okay.
Yeah.
They announced
they-
a new album like a
Mhm.
day ago, right? That's,
Yeah.
What's
Pretty
it called?
bummed they're bringing the growling back, dude.
they bring the growling back.
Yeah, I'm
Why, dude? He's like one of the
pretty
sickest
not
Galaxies on the
stoked on
planet.
that.
Really? Are you serious, Joseph?
No, he can't be. He
He's
can't.
trolling.
Yeah,
That's
we're
been like the
serious.
number one. That's been the number one. He's like reversing the number one gripe on Opeth.
Yeah, dude. Everybody
People
was
want the
pissed
growl back.
when he stopped growling.
It's like
Yeah,
the
it
best
sounds sick,
growler in
but-
the game. It's like he's
I
like,
know.
He
Yeah.
honestly is like stupid good, and I don't
yeah,
know anybody else that stacks up to him. To be
like
honest,
bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
too?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
super into Bloodbath too, man.
Yeah.
Obviously because of Opeth and shit.
Let's all do
Totally.
for John Goldgar. Let's do our favorite Opeth album. I'm
Fuck
actually
off.
between two. I know yours
too.
is Ghost Reveries, Joel, right?
It's that, and actually after the Nate episode where he was like, you gotta fucking listen to, not, I keep mixing up the morning, right? Still life,
Still Life?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still Life.
So I
Is
was
that the
like,
red
I
cover
went,
one?
but after I was already like into, black. Oh, gee, I'm like wearing the shit we were talking about. Blackwater Park and Ghost Reveries. I was like, that's what I started with.
The high sense.
What amp was my? I got one of those too, dude.
The high
Right
sense,
over
dude.
here, dude. I got an AC sitting outside. And the thing fucking rules. Saves my life in the summer.
Okay.
But yeah, no. As far as yeah, I would. It's probably just Blackwater Park. I'll say. I'll go Rain and Blood, dude. It's my favorite album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to the band.
Blackwater
was
Park.
that
Yeah.
album. Yeah. I bought it in Tahoe when it was snowing, and the cover of that album fit perfectly with my surroundings, and I just
Hell
bought it because
yeah.
it was on. I bought it because it was on Coke Records, and Cradle of Filth had just put out their album on Coke Records. So I was like, oh well, it looks black metal. I thought it was gonna be like some black metal shit, and ended up being Opeth, which was actually much better in the long run for me.
That's exactly what I thought. I mean, I didn't really know black metal, but I thought it was going to be in that vein. I mean, considering Morning Rise was kind of like, I would say like almost black metal adjacent, kind of. At least like the aesthetic was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But then, dude, like fucking Ghost Reveries and like Blackwater Park and Watershed,
Yeah.
even, dude, like those three are
Watershed.
probably my fit. Dude, Watershed's
those-
so good.
That's like the era, dude, for me, where it's like, fuck, that
Yeah,
was, and
that's
then
like
they just kind of like
prime
went away.
Opeth.
They went away from it. You're like, God damn it! Like, that's why everyone got so mad when they changed their style. Like,
Well,
prog rock is like,
I fucking loved it. What was it? Damnation, the all.
yeah.
That album is fucking sick, dude.
What's the other
There's
D?
so many
one?
good songs on that album.
Deliverance.
That's a great one too. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess those three, Blackwater Park, Ghost Reveries, and Watershed would be a hard three for me to pick one from.
Sir. Stupid.
It's
good.
probably overall, just as far as like listening wise, it's just, I mean, I'm just counting hours I've listened, so I'll just go Blackwater Park on the hours, alone.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think mine's
Casey's like I like Stillborn.
Are you not a fan of Opeth, Casey?
Dreamscape is my favorite.
Extreme
Oh.
He doesn't like ice cream. He doesn't like mustard with his ice cream.
No, I am a fan of Opeth. I just it's one of those. It's like that show that everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, everyone watch that show." And I'm like,
that movie or show.
I keep meaning to watch it, and I enjoy it. Like, I've seen parts of it. I just like don't like. I've seen Opeth like videos and heard their music, and they're great. But I just never spent.
They're no
time.
blotted science, though.
I just
dude, fuck yeah.
I don't know, like to me, like getting into a band super late, like I missed the bus.
Yeah,
so it's like I might as well like listen to like Gojira or something, because I'm like, it's like I get vibes from kind of not similar vibes, but like it's more interesting to me. I don't know, like a band like that. Like I'm just like
less
whoa,
downtime.
And like there's a lot of bands that like a lot of you guys like that I think are awesome. Like I'm like, dude, those bands are really cool, but it's not like I'm like gonna stop my day and like go listen to it. Like I just can't like get away from it. But like there's this, like I've said before on this podcast, that there's just for some reason Gojira always has twerked my ear. Like who is this band? Like, wow, these guys are crazy sick, and
sick, dude.
obviously the whole like Olympic thing was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just always thought Gojira was like something special, and I don't even like. I'm like trying not even to care, but I'm like they just keep pulling me
I'm
in,
way into them.
you know?
Yeah.
Like I think Gojira is a really, really cool band, and I've always thought
They have a Morbid Angel vibe. They have a very Morbid
first heard
Angel
them.
kind of
Yeah,
feel to them.
There's something
That's
about them
one
that
thing.
is just they're fucking badass.
From
Flow,
Mars
they're
to
just
Sirius.
simplicity, and from
Yeah.
Mars to Sirius is my favorite.
Such a
That's
fucking
like,
sick album. Yep.
God damn, I know, it's so good.
That's
But-
one of the
like-
first two, right, or three, because there was
Third,
Terra Incognito.
3, I think.
Terra
Yeah,
Incognito, I think, is the name of their first. shit they put out.
Incognita,
Yeah.
I think.
Whoa, yeah, you didn't conjugate
But-
the verb correctly.
But I do think Opeth is a really awesome band. Like, and I just need to like do my homework and like
No, it's like you have to. It sucks because it's
amazing.
one of those things you have to just like. I was the same way, and actually, you know what's funny? You talked about liking the logo. I was like, all right, that logo, nope, I'm not listening to that band. I was like, that's a girl metal band. I would rather not get into that. I don't know. I was like, that was my initial
just
like
how you never heard Cradle of Filth until like
same thing, and I still even don't even know. I can't name you one Cradle of Filth song.
So great, I
Neither.
love
Neither.
That's I would say that's like it's funny because you're the Cradle of Filth and I'm the Opeth. Like, dude, Opeth is so great.
I know.
It's like it's kind of funny how like they end up. I mean, just when you take when a song hits you finally, and you're like, all right, I'm willing to accept this band, and now like go deeper into it. Like Cradle of Filth has still never got. I've seen them twice for bands of friends that are opening for them and stuff, and I'm like, it's fun to watch, and they're great dudes. We got to hang out with them a couple times. They're really like sweet, nice dudes, but like. I'm like, I don't know any of your songs. You know, when I'm hanging out with them, like I don't know anything of you guys. I didn't say that, but in my head, I was like, yeah you guys were sick, dude. Fucking
the
rad.
best thing is that cover of "Hallowed Be Thy Name" by Cradle of Filth is like the greatest cover of like.
Yeah, no, you sent that to me. I need to listen to it.
Hallowed Be. I mean, of a like it's our dude. It's so good. 10 out of 10, dude. It's great.
Love
that.
I never really listened to it either, man. It's like Joseph will do like they always mention bands, and I'm like, fuck, I know about that band, but I never listened to them.
Yeah, like, it is the Casey. That's the perfect fucking analogy because there's shows where people are like, oh, you haven't seen that show yet, and I'm like, I don't want to watch it now. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Here's the funny thing:
so behind. Like I don't want to snowboard, dude. Fuck it. I don't want to do that now.
I'm a big. I'm not a big Cradle of Filth fan, but I've always loved them from back like in high school, like in the '90s when we put that shit on. But like, I've never seen them for some reason. It's one of those bands that's like, why haven't I seen this band? Like I always miss them or something, you know.
It was pretty funny live. I don't know.
I saw him at Great American Music Hall, dude. It was fucking crazy.
How he sings, dude.
Cool, dude.
The singer goes, Danny Filth. He goes like sings and he goes like,
I love it.
He like holds the mic down and he goes like, but he's also like 5'2", and he's like,
he does those little those like crazy highs.
Yeah, but I'd never seen a technique like that, so I was like, holy. And actually, it was Nia Blavaskarius that got me in the show, and that's what I was hanging out with when I was watching it. And like, they were just like, this is sick, blah blah, and let's go party with them. And I was like, sure. Where's Danny? I don't know. That's the only guy. But going to Viva La Bam or something. That's all. You know, I'm like literally on that level with them. But no, they put on a great show, and the guitar player was Shredder. Everyone was great. Like they were. It's just I just didn't know. You know, when you don't know a band that's like an extreme metal band, it's like cool, dude. Like fast riffs in a bouncy room. It's like sick, dude. I don't know what this. All the songs kind of sound similar. I don't really know. It's not like, you know. It's just
that's kind of unfortunately how tech is for me now. Like to be honest, like I used to love tech when I was like 21, 20. That was like for sure my peak tech time. Like skipping the timeline a little bit, but yeah, like now I just can't really get into it a whole lot, to be honest. And it's like kind of funny because I'm in a technical band.
Well, I mean, like the newer stuff, or
like the newer stuff.
Yeah. It does kind of like with a lot of the bands coming out, it's kind of hard to discern one band from another a little bit sometimes because they're.
Do you still spin the old stuff? The old stuff that you listened to when you were 21 currently?
All the time, dude. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Like, just the other day, actually, I was listening to Polarity, dude. Polarity, Decrepit Birth was one of my huge influences when I was younger. And I was listening to him like, oh, dude, such a sick album. Yeah, I still listen to like a lot of the same shit, honestly. Like recently I've been listening to a lot of Opeth. So it's like funny after releasing that song, I was like, dude, just in the nick of time, you know?
Since we
when is that album coming
discussion, I'm definitely listening to Opeth this weekend.
On October 11th.
October. What's it called? Like it's like a goodbye album name, right?
I don't think so. Probably just like a concept or something, but it's called The Last Will and Testament.
Oh, okay. Which sounds like a goodbye album.
I don't know.
Because I feel like you hear interviews with or Michael, and he kind of seems like, I don't know. He's very like, I love his dry sense, like Swedish dry sense of humor is like one of the funniest fucking things. He's like, he'll just be up there and be like, yeah, cheer for me, I'm the best, and everyone's like, yeah, and he just starts laughing and like he's like, I'm the sickest. He went kind of sarcastic about the whole metal attitude a lot, and he's kind of like he just like runs with it a little bit, where it's just kind of like I could tell why he got away from the growling is like he just you know, it's kind of like a younger phase that we went through with the tech shit. Then we went to something else and blah blah blah. And like,
Most
but he's
definitely.
built up such a, you know, he's still doing cool things with music with his band, but it's just, you know, a complete. I remember when he first released, I think it was Heritage. I was like, just call it a different band. I was like all mad. I was like, just call it a different name, dude. Like, well, I was like doing all that. Now looking back on that, I'm like, I'm just fucking freaking out. Like, stop it, you know.
I personally like it, you know, when bands evolve, you know, and I know a lot of people.
Me too.
It's like one of the legacy bands, you know what I mean? And it's like, sure, they changed, but it's like, boy, are they going to release another fucking Blackwater Park, you know?
I mean,
like,
please.
I mean, yeah, that would be sick. That would be cool.
Why does it? I don't know. I never understood, like, why doesn't the Slayer release like an old school Slayer album? Why doesn't they just like? I feel like what the obvious answer is they had the hunger and drive when they were younger, and they wanted to push the boundaries more. And then it went to like, we got to make another album to tour more, and it kind of like the whole end goal kind of changed to like, we got to like keep doing this to make a living kind of thing, and the passion kind of goes to the wayside. But they want to like still kind of invoke it a little bit, but I don't feel like they're just their whole influence and what they're going for, their drive and their goal is completely different from when they were younger, just trying to get signed or trying to get shows where they could headline a show, you know. I feel like that kind of goes away. Like Metallica, you hear Metallica albums now and you're like, yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but it's like you just made an album. It's like, I feel like you guys just made an album. That's all it was. Like, that's all I can say about it, you know.
I think they just get like really jaded, you know, and they just kind of most like get over it, and they just kind of have to play shows at that point.
Yeah, they see their bank account, they're like, "Fuck, we need their fucking album, do the whole tour cycle again? Fucking goddamn it! All right, let's go. We'll meet you there at fucking 6 on Tuesday." Shit.
Yeah.
Well, the way that is it pronounced Michael? Is that how he says it? Because it's
I always said
differently,
Mikkel,
right?
but I think it's Michael. I think
he
it's
talks about his influences and shit. You could tell that this is kind of the style, and that kind of style of music is what he's always wanted to play.
Yeah,
and joining because he joined Opeth. He didn't start Opeth, right? So he joined it and then ended up taking the reins. Yeah, and he ended up taking the reins eventually of a death metal band that he didn't start, and transitioned it into something that is something he fully wanted to play probably since the beginning, you know.
Yeah, probably. Like going back to his influences and what he I mean, he probably like it's like what we did. It's like when you first like get into death metal, it's like, oh yeah, crazier, like try to get like, and then you reach a fucking kind of plateau, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is actually what I truly might. It's like Casey with Iron Maiden, like he shreds doing singing of Iron Maiden, like Judas Priest, all that stuff, like he shreds at that, but he makes insane death metal. But like if he had a chance to like do like with a bunch of like rocker dudes, like do an Iron Maiden-ish kind of album or like a Medieval Times, like he'd be like, fuck yeah, let's do that, you know. Like I feel like that's what Opeth kind of did. They kind of went, oh, this is my influences, let's go back to the beginning and kind of like satisfy myself more than push boundaries or something. That's the only guess I can make.
For sure.
I mean, I can't think of a single band that's been like around as long as Opeth and has been like even more consistent than them. Maybe Between the Buried and Me is getting there, but like they are probably the most consistent prog metal band. I mean, way more than Dream Theater, which is like go way up and way down. So I don't know, to like knock on them for like doing what they're doing. Like they still put out good music. It's like, I was definitely like a Lost fan for a long time too. But I think it's just like in retrospect, I'll listen to those albums and enjoy them for what they are. But yeah, it's still an incredible run they've had. So
yeah, dude, for sure.
I was stuck when they released 40 too. Sorry, we're on the little delay.
It's all good. No, I was just saying that I was really stoked when they released Colors 2. You know, I was like, wow, I didn't think we were gonna do that. Yeah, because I was like a huge fan of BT Bam when I was like in my early 20s. Like Colors and Great Misdirect. No, that's when I met you, Joel, when we saw that album.
That's right. That's when I introduced BD to Justin or
to Derek.
First, Joseph was there and introduced me to you, right?
Yeah.
Is that and then BD was there. I think I had
we were all there.
And then like I went with Derek and Trevor. Justin and Trevor. And we all like, I was like, oh yeah, I was like just telling Derek, like, this guy's a fucking shredder, ridiculous. And I'm all, here's his band. He's like, what the fuck? And he like sent it to like big labels. He's like, dude, this band fucking.
Wait, who did? Then he's sent what band?
Derek sent Dreamer to Metal Blade and was like, and I was telling that to Beatty, and he was like, "What the fuck? Well, this is crazy." And then I was trying to get Derek to sing for Dreamer, and
I
then
remember
Derek
that.
was
Yeah,
like,
I heard about that.
and Derek was like, "Fuck, dude, I want to so bad, but the songs are too long for my like bitch ass." He's like, I can't handle that long, you know. And I was like, I get it. I don't, you know, I
They
can't
are long
talk shit
songs.
because that's a gnarly song for a vocalist to be like fucking yelling and growling through for a whole long song. And and then just randomly Beatty just joined fucking Zenith from that kind of meeting from a BT Bam show.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yep.
crazy how that happened.
A lot
Yeah.
was going on in those days.
Did you guys have the Dreamer demo out before we got the intro from Chris Beatty? Was the intro to Cali Death Podcast the first thing that people came across of Chris's?
No,
Mm,
you released something, right?
he had 2 songs out as singles, and then we added 1 song to those, and then put that out as this 3-song instrumental demo, 2021. And I think he might have done the theme song around the same time as that demo, but I had been listening to those singles for at least a bunch of months at that point. And
We
then
keep
he also
saying-
had a lot of music on his SoundCloud. And even now, I think if you go to the SoundCloud, you can hear a lot of the first album in like demo form, which
Killer.
I don't think people know about, but yeah.
We keep saying his first name or his last name. It's Christopher Beatty, everybody. Everybody saying
boy,
either
dude.
Chris or Beatty. But yeah, that's the
he's
homie. He's been on the show a couple times, right? He's popped in on a
Mhm.
Justin episode. He had his own episode. That was actually a
So-
funny episode because it didn't he drove to Justin's. Justin was in the chat and Justin was like, "Hey dude, your shit's weak. You need to."
Oh yeah, I was
Come
like
over.
disconnecting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
so
funny.
we kicked it for like 15 minutes before, and then Chris finally got over there and finished the episode there. That was pretty funny.
He had the second
dude.
most adorable freeze besides
Yeah.
dude from Black Dahlia, drummer Black Dahlia. He's
Alan,
all da da da. That's how Alan froze like that, and Beatty was just all like, cute, all adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But damn,
He was
dude,
like-
around that time when like Dreamer was getting going, it was I joined, and then we did a video in our studio, and then Ricky saw the video on Facebook and was like,
yeah.
you guys are sick. You all need a bassist." And then we're like, "Yeah, definitely." And then like Ricky was in pretty soon after that, and we started kicking it a lot, and it was good times,
cool,
man.
man.
That was like, now it feels like a different era because I like moved to Santa Cruz like this month and it's all new.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck, man. That was like when living in Orange County was like very exciting. I was like meeting a bunch of musicians after COVID. NAMM, I met Chris at NAMM, and then yeah, good times. And then we were all just so hyped on the material that Chris had, and we should talk about what's going on with it eventually. But we're making progress on it. I've been writing for it, so in the mindset.
it is
right
an
now.
album that we're all waiting for, dude. I mean,
Oh, dude.
we've loved Dreamer since the beginning, dude. And always exciting
Well,
with that band.
Joseph, do you actually have a memory? I remember Joseph's like, he came over to my house, and this is probably, a couple years ago, and he's like, I got the music to listen to for Dreamer. And I was like, cool, dude. I'm not, I was like stoked, but I wasn't like, I wasn't like, didn't know what to expect. And then he played it for me, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like screaming at Joseph, just going like, holy shit, this shit's like legitimately crazy, like mind blowing. I'm like, who the fuck is it? Your old dude? He's got like, dude's written like all these songs. He's got all these other songs written, blah, blah. I'm like, this guy is pretty next level human. He's 23, 24. I was like, what the I was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate. Yeah. That's
Anyone
the
who's
first reaction.
heard it is just like, oh, what the fuck? This is so good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mhm.
Like it's like
Exactly.
undeniably
should've
awesome.
Yeah.
Plugged it in the beginning, but at Dreamer Metal on Instagram, right? That's
Dreamer Metal for everything, I guess.
get in the Bandcamp too.
You know what's funny is big labels look at that, because I've talked to a couple big labels about you guys actually, and I was like, what about them? And they're like, well, their Instagram following and blah, blah. I was like, oh my god,
That's definitely something that's really important to them, it seems.
yeah.
It makes
it's
sense,
like
but
I mean, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
do you want to take a, like nowadays, especially with labels probably in limbo with money and stuff, they're like, hey, do you want to take a risk? They're like, no. Not
Nope.
really. I don't want to do a risk. I'd rather take a sound investment would be cool. That'd
If
be
they
tight.
have a bunch of people who subs their channel or follows them on social media, then it shows the label they have a better chance on making a little bit of money off the project.
Exactly, 100%.
I mean,
but
I don't know. It's totally that, man. It sucks. It's like already for a style of music that you're not really thinking about that, and just like, oh, man, this is so dumb, dude. It's like,
and it's like, you know, like Chris and me too, you know, like we're like extremely introverted, so like we're not really like putting content out there or whatever. At least for me, it's like I'm not that type of person to be like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, you know, follow my fucking band, you know.
Exactly.
I don't have the heart to do that personally.
Dude, how funny was that at a Psycho Fest when Brian Slagle was there, and we were like in a circle with Chris, and I'm like, go talk to him, dude, go talk, because Zenith was already signing to him, and then I took a picture of it and posted it on my fucking. Just like going like, yeah, dude, what's going on to like Brian Slagle, and then Justin McKinney like texts me like, he's all, dude, you're leaking it, dude, what's going on? I'm like, fuck, and I had to like delete it, and then
really? So it wasn't.
Yeah, they were because they weren't signed yet. I mean, they were signed, but they hadn't announced it yet, so they were like. They're like, oh, dude, they're gonna know, dude. And I was like, all right, so I deleted it. But then I made like on my Instagram, there's like a whole slideshow of like all the times, and for like a half second, it shows BD talking to Slagle, and it just goes.
Yeah, dude.
That was so fun. Anyways,
yeah.
Not to get off.
All right, let's get back on to Ricky. Oh wait, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, we could go back in time. Just I wanted to make sure it gets pointed out that Ricky did record bass for the first Dreamer album this year, and I have like the full album with new guitars and new bass, and it sounds even better than all those demos, even though they're the same songs. It's like insane. It's after like Data Elysium, so Chris was like obsessed, like McKinney style, like get the best possible guitar recording, and it already was like perfect, and I'm like, can't even, but he just nailed it even more. And then Ricky's bass is fucking sick, dude. Ricky is like actually one of my favorite bass players, like
fuck yeah,
for real, across all bassists. So I'm just so stoked that he brought these songs to life. And some of them I wrote the bass because I was like doing kind of double duty on rhythm section, and then he like kept some of my ideas, but then he like changed a bunch of other ideas, and it's just like so cool to still be in a band with him.
Hell yeah.
And
his secret is he moisturizes with avocado oil on his fingertips, dude.
Or is it, dude?
No, he's just really fucking talented. And like
right here, dude.
and he's got all that thumping and tapping and like all the cool bass techniques, stuff I can't do. Just
dude, like that all that shit that you wrote is honestly really sick. Like that solo in I think it's Separate or
Clarity.
Closer. Clarity, yeah, that solo is sick, dude. When I heard it, I was like, it has to be that solo, and I couldn't really hear anything else, you know.
I'm stoked to keep a bass solo on the album that I wrote. That's a cool credit right there. But fuck, man, we're just jerking each other off right now. So
no, it's it. I mean, when you make something with other people and you guys are all stoked on your each other's performance on the record, of course you're gonna jerk each other off about it. That's getting an album as sick as you can. It's all masturbatory, right?
We should come back to that, like what's going on with the band, but we should definitely fill in the huge blank between like Opeth and then joining Dreamer. And there's a lot. You were into punk rock for or you playing punk rock and doing like non-metal for a while.
That's so funny. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, you know, like I guess
I was just gonna take it back to like the 12 real quick, and how many homies were getting into the same type of music when you were coming across the extreme stuff. How did you discover the extreme like underbelly?
So nobody in my city really
where do you live?
Like nobody in Santa Ana, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nobody in my city
born
really
there?
liked.
Sorry.
I was born in Inglewood, in Los Angeles.
All right.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying, nobody in my city really liked extreme metal, dude. It was kind of a bummer because I was trying so hard to find people, and you know, a prominent genre in my city is for sure punk and indie, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And at that, when I already liked like really crazy ass shit when I was a kid, so it was like really tough to find people, and I never did. I had to like kind of settle with like punk and like thrash bands. So one of my first bands was like a punk band. I was like with some of my one of my childhood friends and his friends. Like we would just jam together, and we like my first show I ever played was a talent show in my high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sick too because I totally remember we would like get our amps and the drum sets on our skateboards, and we would just like kind of like ride it out to wherever we could find like an outlet, and we would just jam in public.
Sick.
Mm-hmm. It was really sick. We would just smoke weed and drink.
Sick. What was the band? What did you guys call yourselves?
We didn't really have a name. We just kind of jammed.
Yeah,
we just kind of jammed, and we would mostly do covers.
You had to have a name for the talent show. What did you guys pick for at least for the talent show?
I don't remember. I don't really
Ricky
remember.
And the Avocados.
Yeah, Ricky on the Avocados. Yeah, exactly.
I had a hometown band that did the same thing. They never really had a name, so it was based on that. Like if they're playing a battle of the bands or something, they got to come up with a name that day.
Yeah, for sure. Like a default name or whatever. Yeah, my homie Juice, dude. Yeah, Hugo Almanza. We would just improv pretty much too. It was real sick.
Improv punk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like improv punk. And that's like I feel like that's a little bit more doable than like death metal. Like it's hard at like especially when there's like a bass player and a guitarist. I feel like it's kind of hard to like really follow each other in that sort of context.
100%. Yeah, a guitar player and drummer can not easily, but like could find a groove easier than when you have a punk kind of like power chord moving around. Kind of like, you can follow the groove a little bit better on a punk.
Deal. It was definitely more doable for sure.
That's always fun, like especially with like three guys, like two strings people improvising in that style of music. When you're like, oh, he's like sticking on a chord, you're like, oh shit, where's he gonna go next? I'm gonna guess, and you nail it.
Yeah, you nail
it. Like, yeah, you're like, fuck yeah, I fucking knew, dude. I knew what you were doing. Like
that's that telepathic shit that can happen with somebody you've been jamming with for a while. Figure their tricks and their styles and stuff, and you can anticipate what's going to happen more accurately.
I know your tricks, Anthony.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I watch it. I like to be in the room with anybody who's just having a jam sesh like that and doing it live wherever you guys could plug in. That's a cool little like different thing you don't really hear about. Usually people are doing that behind closed doors. You're just out in public doing it for everybody, whoever wants to watch.
Fucking punk and Drublick, dude.
It was real sick, man. I look back on those times and I'm like, fuck, that was really cool. And we even did it in front of like a courthouse once. There was like a little stage that had an outlet there, and these two lawyers came up to us and they were like, yo, like I love metal, I love punk, whatever the fuck. And they were telling us about how the sheriffs are going to come and like kind of like shut it down, And yeah, they like kind of were breaking our balls. Yeah, the courthouse. They were like busting our balls about it. And some journalist like approached us, and he pretty much like wrote a story about how we were jamming,
Yeah.
And that like kind of gave us access to like a community center where we could just jam there whenever the fuck we wanted.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nice. It was really cool. And it was kind of funny because like kids would like go in for their lessons or whatever, like guitar lessons or art lessons, and we would just be there like jamming like fucking thrash or punk or whatever.
So did you guys get interviewed by that journalist?
Yeah. My homie Juice did. Hugo Almanza. He I guess he got paid.
So shit.
You owe me $50, dude.
At some point during the interview, did he mention like you guys didn't really have a place you were jamming, and so then somebody heard about it and reached out? Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's super cool, dude.
It was funny though, because it was like on the outside of the fucking community center, like not in a room. It was like on the outside in the front.
They're like, we got an outlet over here for you guys.
yeah, exactly.
It's like by the dumpster. We got that one right by the dumpster, dude. If you want to come down.
Yeah, I was like next to a generator.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really. Do you think the lawyers were actually into punk and metal, or do you think that was like a psychological technique to be like, dude, I'm really into your style of music, dude. Just real cool, but the police are on the fucking way, so get out of here.
No,
I feel like.
I mean, he like mentioned Sepultura and like Death, I guess.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Yeah. So it's
dropped.
like
Okay.
he name dropped some bands, so it's not like he was just like, hey, dude, like I like this stuff, but hey, get the fuck out of here, you know?
Okay.
Mhm.
I was like calling bullshit on the original story. I'm like, dude, I really like the heavy rock, dude. I'm so good. I'm into heavy rock, dude. All the heavy rock bands. You can't even name how many heavy rock bands I'm into. But like, the police are fucking gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I envisioned it.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's a cool. He fucking got in the media, and the media was like, give these guys a place to fucking jam, and then someone helped out. That's by you going there to a courthouse, which is a risky move. And
It is. I mean, we were like,
it paid. There was a reward there. It's risk reward, you know?
yeah. It was just like some dumb teenage bullshit, you know. We were still in high school. And
when you're down to do shit like that, you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, for sure. Like it was like definitely some adolescent ass shit. But yeah, like, you know, we would jam together, but nothing really came of it, you know. So like the next band that I had was with my brother-in-law, you know. So yeah, I didn't really talk about my brother-in-law too much, but that guy was like he's a smart guy, and he like pretty much sat me down when I was like 12 years old and tried teaching me theory. And yeah, so I was a kid, you know, I didn't give a shit about learning theory. I just wanted to like fucking learn songs. So, you know, I just told him like, yo, just can you like tell me a song to learn? And yeah, you know, he would like tell me to learn a Muse song, you know, and I got really into Muse. And
on bass, was that your first instrument and only instrument you tried to play, or is it just regular guitar?
No, actually my first instrument was guitar. I played guitar at first, like
so it's him teaching you on guitar right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I started in like 2008. So I was 12 around that time. So yeah, like, you know, I was learning that song, but I wanted something like more heavier. And I told him like, give me a heavy song. So he gave me Crazy Train. But you know, like I didn't really know like about tabs. So I was like trying to like figure out how to get the notes, and my dumbass, I would just do like 2, then go to like 9, then 10 instead of like 4 and 5 on the A string. So I'd be like, you know, instead of staying in the same position.
Wow. Making it like super hard.
Yeah, and I would play with pennies, dude. I didn't have any picks.
Damn, picking with pennies?
Yeah, dude. I didn't know shit, you know. Move. Just is it am I right? Yeah, like that. Exactly. That's exactly what I was doing. So I mean, you could imagine my brother-in-law's fucking reaction when I showed him that. He just like cracked up and laughed at me like, you fucking idiot.
It's funny,
but
like
you know, you're getting the ear for it, you know, you're finding the note with your ear. You know?
Yeah. And that's definitely how go ahead, Joel.
I was gonna say, like, kind of on that topic, like with Odious recording and stuff. Like, I'll look at like the bass lines that were just, you know, they're kind of like that like are kind of derived from the riffs a little bit, and I'll be changing them, sometimes use them, change them, whatever, for Casey's arrangements and stuff. Yeah. And a lot of them are like, they're like, all right, dude, on a bass, it's like, yeah, dude, just go like 1 on like the C sharp E string, and just go 1, 12, 1, like for the next, it's like yeah, just go like fucking like this, like, and it's like, yeah, and I'm like, sick, dude. Well, how about let's find like a harmony or something, like let's not like worry about that getting those notes. But it's just kind of like, you know, it's based around the riff kind of, and he's like, yeah, this is a corresponding note kind of on the root, or like changing the root or changing to a harmony or a little bass thing. And I'll be like, dude, that's like, just do a hammer on and like from 1 to like fucking 9, and I'm like, all right,
yeah, well, dude, that's like definitely some guitar player shit, tapping out bass. like the tabs for Dreamer stuff, dude. Like a lot of it's like pretty good. I mean, Chris, you know, has a good ear for it. But there was like some things where I'm like, dude, I can't fucking do this, you know, like, yeah. And you know, there's a way where you can like
or something.
Yeah, and there's like a way where you can get around with it, you know, like playing the notes that are like higher, like on the next string or whatever. 100%. You know what I mean? Like, because that's definitely like something I think about. It's like staying in the same position and not having to like fucking go all around the fretboard if 100%. Possible, you know.
Yep, just like rewriting it to be like, all right, so if we have to play this live,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, like I need this to be like kind of in like a 6-fret box. I don't want it to be like in a 11-fret box where it's like sliding like all intensely. I'm like, okay, well, I don't trust myself doing that. So
yeah, and like on a bass, like the first 5 frets alone like are
Huge.
fucking crazy. That's like what, like
Yeah.
9 frets maybe or 8. That's
I
probably
know it's probably like 7. It's probably like 6 or 7 on a guitar. Like having to like stretch your hand. You're like, all right, it will.
Like 1 to 5 is crazy.
Yeah,
Especially like on a multi-scale bass, dude. Like
that's
like the scale lengths like right now are so fucking insane. It's like 34-inch to 37-inch.
What are you playing right now?
I have a Stingray. Like I have a Kiesel too, but I haven't really been playing it too much. But I've been playing this. I have it right here. Oh shit! Oops.
Yeah, it's broken.
Stingray.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's rad,
sick, dude. I love the
Music,
Stingray.
yeah.
Here, let me just get the stand up.
The sand fell down. Just throw it on the ground, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. That's cool.
Just
My
have your
dad
cat piss on it real quick.
My dad's got a 5 or a. I think it's a 4-string Stingray, or it's a Music Man. Yeah, Stingray. Before Fender bought it, it's like 76 Stingray or something like that, like an old school one. He's like, yeah, dude, use it for your metal stuff if you want to. And I'm like, I've tried it, and I was like, back in the day, I'm like, nah, this is like a fucking. It's just a big piece of fucking lumber, dude. I'm like,
it's a sick bass, man.
No, yeah. No, what's the Fender? That's like a newer Fender because Fender bought Music Man. So this is like that's his claim to fame is like this is like pre-Fender fucking, you know. And it's like this is like a $10,000 bit, and it's like I played it and like it's sick, old school sounding, but I'm like it's not like technical death metal playable. Like just those old like I think it was like a 1970 or something. I don't even know. It's an old expensive ass one, but the newer ones.
This is a newer one.
Amazing. Yeah, fucking so many more updates on it that are fucking way more playable.
Yeah. I actually got this bass because I got a lesson from Brandon Giffen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And he had one of these. Like he showed me the one that he recorded Planetary Duality with, and I fucking loved it. You know, that's why I bought one like shortly after that lesson. I was like, dude, I have to have one. And we even used it on the Dreamer record too.
Yeah, that's an underrated bass player. I think he's not underrated.
Brandon?
It was first of all for him, like, because he'd always come over and be like, because he'd come to our house and like jam, and he's like, I suck, dude. Or like on tour with him, he'd be like, I've toured with him 3 or 4 times. He's like, I'm terrible. Don't even pay attention to me. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not even fast. I can't even do all the things. And I'm like, I don't. But
he fucking grooves, man. He
finds a way to like keep the not fast, like way interesting in fast music. It's like one of the best bass players in the world at like not being like.
He really is
like but making it smooth and just in there. Yeah, no, 100 dude.
He's like a Sean Malone.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's in Cynic because he's got that same feel. That
he's like Sean Malone, but like playing at like 280 or
Zenith. Yeah.
No, I know for sure.
He would like do like a lot of like crazy like 16 notes like with like dead notes in between. It's like
yeah. That's just where I was like, I don't want to play bass anymore, dude. When Shamalo is one of those guys where I'm like, all those dead notes, those ghost notes, I'm just like, that's like the feel and the vibe and the groove of like bass, and I'm like, of like what I want to do, and I'm like, that's like, it's like golf. Anthony and I for my birthday. Thank you for coming. That was fucking awesome. For my birthday this weekend, we went to Top Golf, but like, you know, it's golf's one of those things, and I think bass is the same thing where it's like, yeah, it takes a fucking day to learn and a lifetime to master. It's one of those ones that like, yeah, it's a lot of the little things in it like are, if you want to get deep in it, like you can go forever on ghost notes, like different little like just rhythms you can pick up with the bass.
That's what's sick about bass in my opinion is like it says a lot if you're a really good bass player, you know, because I feel like any guitarist could pick up a bass and be like, oh yeah, I play bass, but it's like,
yeah, exactly,
not a bass player though.
I'm all.
And it's like not even like if you use a pick, you know what I mean? Like I could kind of tell like when someone's like a fucking guitarist playing a bass, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Like there's not too many bass players like Brandon where they like really focus on the groove and they like do, like halftime, you know, shit like that.
It's almost it's a hybrid of percussion and playing guitar.
Yeah,
and like obviously like with like slapping and like thumping and all that shit.
It
Like-
being an actual part of the rhythm section.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because you could be a bass player, but not really be in the pocket with the drummer. You could just be following the guitar player in the music. Or you could be one of those guys that literally is intertwined with the drums.
Well,
Yeah.
like for Dreamer, like before Ricky joined, Chris did the bass for a while, and then when I joined, I recorded I think like 2 or 3 songs. And both Chris and I, when we do bass for Dreamer, we just play with a pick, and we have like a lot of distortion. And it's like I can play like Cynic style a little bit. Like I have a Philips 5. Yeah, I can approximate that style, or like intro knot kind of style. But for Dreamer, it was just like that. I couldn't do like that feely style. But Ricky came in and just played everything fingers, thumb, no pick on the bass now, I think, right? Is that true? It's
No
all
pick.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
all
even
finger
use it
style.
on a bass, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I tried.
I
like,
can't
dude,
even either.
There's no way I could fucking play Dreamer stuff with a pick, dude. That's just way
Well,
too
of course,
crazy.
you started with pennies, dude.
Yeah, dude. I use a penny, dude. With a penny,
He's like, I
I'll-
use a nickel, dude. I don't use.
Yeah, you upgrade to a nickel when you play bass.
I'm making more money, dude. I got nickels.
Quarters are too thin. The nickel's got that thickness.
got that girth.
No, that's funny you even said that, because I remember like me and Carrie Gear when we were kids playing, and we would like guitar, and like we would just like joke around with a penny and be like, no fucking way. There's not, because it just like would catch the little ridge on it, would just catch all the time with it. And I'm like, the only thing you could do with a penny, I mean, we were kind of like surmising as kids, was just like kind of strum. You couldn't do any kind of like dig it, like it just catch and just hold on to the string and slap it back, and there was like no way, because we tried with quarters, penny, we were stoned teenagers playing guitar. We were trying with like anything we could find on the ground.
there's
penny. Go ahead, Joseph.
Isn't there a famous guitarist who plays with like a quarter? Isn't
Probably.
there?
I'm sure there is.
I feel like Casey
Some
might know
idiot,
this.
dude. Yeah, just some fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking famous.
Let me look it up.
I'll look it up.
But you know that whole penny thing didn't really last too long. You know, I'm telling you, like I came to like he pretty much like
Brian May plays with a
Brian
6 pence
May?
coin.
Brian May.
Yeah, he plays with a 6 pence coin.
I think we just got raided.
Did we?
Yeah.
Joel, stop paying attention to that shit.
Oh, Scott Carstairs just rated us shit. So, what's
dude.
your favorite Fallujah album?
My favorite Fallujah album, dude. Honestly, Dreamless, dude.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Dreamless is really fucking sick. When I first heard that album, like it honestly blew my mind. Like I already loved The Flesh Prevails. And when I heard Dreamless, I was like, fuck, dude. Because I love jazz fusion, you know, and like Scott obviously like incorporates a lot of that type
Speaking
of
of smooth, like we're talking about Brandon from, Zenith and Faceless, like Scott is like the kind of the same version, not just because you rated us, dude, but kind of the same version on bass or on guitar. I mean, he's a very smooth guitar player where it's like he brings you into notes, really he uses that whammy bar and just like kind of like just massages your back. That's how I feel like whenever he plays like those kind of ringing notes with his whammy bar. It's just like it's like very like, calming. Me
and Chris saw them, dude. We saw them at in LA like last week or 2 weeks ago, and we were kicking it with them and all that. And we saw them play the whole Flesh Prevails album, and it was sick, dude. He was all chilling, just playing the leads, and fucking Sam, he's all playing the riffs. The riffs are fucking tough, dude. And
Yeah,
fucking
sick.
Scott's like all chilling, like all. You know,
Scott's just in his vibe, just like fuck.
Yeah, dude, vibing, chilling.
That's sick. I mean, that's what he worked for it.
That's the dream, dude.
Yeah.
He's a dreamer. Yeah, he's definitely a dreamer. Yeah, that's fucking. That's awesome. No,
Josh Rodriguez wants Ricky to pick what kind of food he's gonna eat right now.
Dude, you should get a fucking. What the fuck is that? Is that bacon? You should get. What should you get, dude? Get some Chipotle, dude. They're gonna give you more food now, apparently.
Everybody's I see
up in the
plenty of
protein?
meme videos talking shit about Chipotle.
Yo, no way. That's
Damn,
insane. That's
What?
my band.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
the band I was just
What,
talking
ready?
about. Scott
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got the CD. Oh, because Daniel went to the show. Daniel actually
Oh.
texted me. He's like, dude, I'm seeing Fallujah tonight. So I guess
Hell yeah.
Daniel, the guitar player, gave him this CD tonight.
He's that Daniel Benavides guy, right?
That's Daniel Benavides. Shout out, Daniel. He's
Okay,
actually
dude.
our
Yeah.
guest for next week.
You might, I was gonna say you might see him very soon. And also give a quick shout out to, because we got a shout out on his show, Tony Gomez. You went on his show with Daniel, and we got a nice little plug in that episode. Plus, we heard a lot about Daniel's situation with this band and you and how that all happened. So, Tony Gomez, go check his show out.
That was like a Cali Death field trip for me. It had been a while since I did another podcast.
Right.
It had been a couple years. So that was cool.
It was just called the Tony Gomez Show, right?
Yeah.
Right
yeah, he's
on.
had some of our old guests. He's had Mike De Leon. He's had some of the other Texas guys that we've also had. So
Sick.
podcasts.
Shout out
Actually,
to Ian showing up right now. What up, brother?
Can I do a shout out to also to this is a big shout out show. Shout out to just people that we know because we're on.
Hey, we just want to give love
screen.
to our brothers and sisters out there, even though we've never mentioned one female.
Kyle from Fallujah. Kyle from Fallujah, one of the nicest guys, I think. I mean, we've had him on the show before, but just as far as him jumping into that and in his band, fucking not
Archaeologist.
What's it?
Archaeologist.
It like randomly comes up because I listen to a lot of prog, and I'll just be listening, and randomly Spotify will take over, and it always goes to Archaeologist. It's like, so check this out, and I'm like, oh, okay, fuck yeah, and it's fucking always really good, dude. I'm always like, god damn, this guy is like such a multifaceted like dude as far as his clean singing, his growls, his yelling, all the things he's got. Plus he plays guitar. He's like one of you fucking Casey Joseph assholes.
Yeah,
that can just do everything.
He's from that tree he fell off of.
It's a hardworking man, dude.
Yeah,
Kyle is a hustler, dude. It's true.
Dude, I kind of want that shirt. Fallujah, you should make that shirt. Is this Kyle's a hustler?
Kyle's a hustler.
Just like fucking, just all like,
just him standing there, fucking.
He doesn't sleep.
I wanna play him in Super Smash and see if.
Oh, dude, him and his buddy kicked my ass, man. Nah, he's really good. He's like pro. Yeah, he's really good. He kicked my ass.
I had a friend who was like pro at Smash in college. It was so fucking annoying. I could never win.
You guys are it's crazy, man.
Yeah, whenever you talk about like playing like Mortal Kombat or whatever game you talked about, I get like flashbacks to losing real bad.
So tell me this, dude.
Super Smash
because when you're playing,
me off.
When you're playing that
I suck
game,
at it so bad.
you could be whooping dude's ass the whole time, but if you get knocked off once, you lose. What the fuck is that, dude?
Just a different style of game.
I know, but then it's like then you see is the number the health, like how many hits?
No, so it's like the higher the percentage, the more like, because like you're supposed to like pretty much get them off the stage, and the higher the percentage, the farther they go when you hit them. You know,
it's sumo wrestling basically.
Kind of, I guess. Yeah,
you just gotta get them outside of the ring.
You can't control the players as much as I would like. Is what pisses me off about that game. I'm like, dude, I'm pressing, and they're just going like in the air, and I'm like, dude, do the thing. And they're just like, and then some guy just fucking takes you and just throws you. You're like, dude. And I rage quit that game like pretty much since I was before rage quit was a term. I've done that like with that game. Like fuck this. Like at parties, people are like, let's play fucking Super Smash, and I just get like destroyed. And I'm like, well, I'm 40, so fuck off. I don't know what the fuck to do here.
There's definitely a if you were young enough, you like super played that game all the time when you were growing up. And I think the threshold's a little below people turning to 40 because I played the shit out of that game when I was like 10, 11, I think.
I do enjoy playing it. I get the whole thing, but just the rules are what I'm like, you know. But at the same time, I love playing it with my kids. I mean, shout out to Trev. He was in there. He could smash me, dude. He's probably he's the best. And I'm always like, I play with Dominic and I'll let him win. So I really am like trying when I'm playing Trevor, and I'll take him out every now and then. But he's still watching. What up, dude?
No, he's not. It's an old comment.
Oh.
Yeah, the kids are insane at everything nowadays, man. Like I see them like navigate an iPhone or whatever. Like my niece, she was like 6 or whatever, and I saw her navigating an iPhone. I'm like, how do you know how to do that?
It's
like
crazy how
when I was 6, when I was 6, like I didn't know anything about technology.
They were just
I saw a 4-year-old with an iPad
dude.
that was like going to the game, like could barely speak like to me, and was
checking
just like
stocks.
and just
she's all like crazy, man.
Just mining Bitcoin, just like No, but it's crazy how like how their brain just locks on. All right, because in that learning malleable brain phase when you're a kid, you throw them that they're just like, oh yeah, it's like you could teach them languages, you could teach them music, and it's like you throw that and they're like, yeah, go get this real quick. It's like it's all good, like no worries, you know.
But you also now I'm getting into dad mode. That it's too much, dude. It's still, even though they jump, the fact that they can get into, you know, navigating one of those things so quick, it just becomes an immediate addiction, dude. I'm constantly telling my younger ones to stay away from them, or you know, and they get, you can see they literally they'll get upset because they can't use them, and but they'll just sit there and stare at the thing and fucking do the thing for as long as you don't say anything.
They probably do
like
it all
drug
day.
addicts. Yeah, they act like drug addicts that don't get their drug, like they don't get their fix if you don't give it to them. Yeah,
the cigarette generation, dude.
yeah.
It's like such a crazy thing to have access to as a kid, like just unlimited information.
Right.
I know.
It's crazy, dude. Like honestly, like you could learn so much on YouTube alone. Honestly, you know, like
no, 100%.
I've taught myself a few things on YouTube. You know, like photography stuff and like some theory stuff too. You know, it's like a lot of stuff you can learn online right now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
like
it's the best and worst thing for our society. We have it is the philosopher's stone, in the sense that all access to information right at your fingertips. But I mean, it's also a super addiction because of that. You know,
It's not curated very well.
we constantly want to fill our
Uh-huh.
head with knowledge. There's something about humans that we want to keep learning shit, but the waters are so murky now that we're learning fake shit. We're, you know,
But a lot of parents default to it because, you know, like if you know if the kid wants the treat or if the kid wants the thing, that he'll do what you say. So it's like, so I would feel like a lot of parents will be like, okay, well, if you do this, then you get the fucking iPad time. Or it's like, oh, you get, it used to be back when we were kids, like you get like, you know, you get to
the truth
get a piece
is
of
that
candy.
you give it to them and then they still don't do what you say, though. That's the truth.
Anthony's all, that's when you start hitting them, and then I'm sorry, that's terrible.
You tie him up and you fucking
Gee, not that far.
chain him up like what's his name from the Goonies? Keep him in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Throw
Nice.
rotten vegetables at him and just.
That's a good parenting technique, you know. But I do think that it's like it's a snack. It's the ice cream. It's their ice cream. If you do this, you get. If you don't do this, you don't get ice cream later. It's like, and people and parents have found this like ultimate ice cream like screen, ice
The
cream,
iPad.
Yeah,
an
you're
ice
right,
screen.
dude. It
And
is
it's just
but
like-
it's the attention
Yeah.
span. It's like going. Just remember going outside and having no plan. And
Our
being
ice
out
cream
there
was like going to go
hours.
play. It was like going to go play. It's like, can I go play with my friends? Like, it's like, no, dude, you got to take care of your shit before you can go outside and play with your friends. That was like,
Yeah.
like that. We're talking about, we sound like boomers right now. Just like, dude, my day. But it is kind of like that. Like we used to go out, like our goal was getting like time outside to go play in the street or something. It wasn't like to be locked into the fucking blood sucking thing that we're all looking at constantly all day long.
we're so
as well.
guilty of it.
I mean, look at us right now, dude.
Yeah, we're staring at basically a screen right now. You know,
Yeah.
Not basically, it is. Yeah, it is strange
It's a
how
big iPad.
often I look at this computer screen. You look at work. You look at a computer screen all the time. We're constantly staring at these things, dude. It's kind of strange.
Yeah,
You really get the stoner head around it right now, just staring at a screen all day.
Yeah, I feel lucky, honestly, because I'm 28, but I definitely remember the time where I didn't really have technology like this. You know, I was like around the time I
Same with
started
me.
playing like music. You know, I fucking totally remember tripping out when you could use YouTube on a phone. I was like fucking blown away. You know, like I was like, holy shit, you go fucking watch any video on a phone?
Anthony and I are about to be like, dude, I remember we can use it on a fucking computer. And
I remember
buddy
that
Andrew,
too, you know, like
yeah, my buddy Andrew's like, what do we look up, dude? My buddy Andrew Packer, shout out. He's been on the show. And he just goes like farts. That's the first thing he looked up. That's the first search on YouTube as a group, and it was the Matrix fart compilation of where like every like move they were doing in the Matrix, it was a fart. And we're like, this
That
is
was
fucking
so
amazing,
good.
dude.
It's still to this day is
I know, still one of my
top
favorite
shelf,
videos.
top shelf comedy. Top
It's like
shelf.
it's all posted. If you probably look it up right now, it's like posted 20 years ago, like 18 years ago. It's
Yeah.
like
16.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. Like that's, and when you see like on Facebook, like your memories, like, oh yeah, dude, you were doing this 16 years. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
crazy.
in the
That's a trip,
future. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, dude, 52 years ago, this is what you were doing. You're like,
Fuck.
And
isn't that
52 years
crazy?
from now, I'll still be laughing at the Matrix fart video, dude.
yeah, dude,
I will
you
be,
got
dude, for
you
sure.
got to, dude.
Yeah,
I still,
primitive
yeah,
YouTube, man. It's crazy.
it's great. Yeah, so that was the ultimate weeds.
Yeah.
The Matrix. We got into the we got brought in by the Matrix of the pads and the
The
phones.
digital weeds.
It brought us
The weed
into.
tricks.
They just won the weed tricks. They just won like so much harder again. We're just admitting how like addicted we are. We're like, yeah, dude. You know, it's we're not even going like we're not even in denial at all. We're just like, yeah, dude, we're all addicted, dude.
Pretty much.
I know, and we were the bridge to the kids now that you're talking about who just are born into it. So
Here's a
they're
cool
just
thing I
ready
got though.
for it.
I got this recently is a Kindle. I have a Kindle, and I start
yeah.
reading. And I'm terrible at reading comprehension, all those things. I've been terrible my whole life. So I'm just like go to bed and just I'm reading like, you know, like networking, you know, like jargon. I'm reading like nerd stuff to kind of get more certifications and stuff. But I'm like sitting there just like reading it, and I'm like, all right, I have to read something like 20 times just to like get it. And I'm like, all right, next page. But it's kind of like a Etch-a-Sketch kind of look to it. It's not like a bright
Yeah, I've seen that
blue
before.
screen. Yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, oh, I'm tired now. Let me put this down, and then I'll go to bed now. Not staring at the screen like, all right, madness.
Bright
All right,
ass
just go
screen.
to bed. It's just like, let's go
more
to sleep now, dude.
more stoner thinking real quick. I got to get this out because this just went into my head, came into my head. What if with epigenetics, that since I already experienced the use
look
of
it
a
up.
smartphone before I made kids, that tool or that knowledge of what these things are kind of got passed down through my DNA to my kids. And that's why they were more. Whoa. I was like,
I
who's
don't
writing all
know
that
what it
shit in
was.
there?
I didn't know what it was, so I had to just look it up real quick and paste it in there so I can read it while we're
So
talking.
my experience with us, you know, my ancestors experienced things that were passed down through their DNA to me. So,
Yeah.
you know, subliminal anxieties are there for certain reasons because of the people that lived before me in my bloodline. So if I make a child after experiencing the use of an iPhone, do they get born with the software to use an iPhone as soon as one is put in their hands?
I would say the answer is that it's not like fine grained enough that it's like iPhone skill comes pre-downloaded, but like possibly like heightened hand-eye coordination. It's like a more generic thing that might be epigenetically relevant. So you have to think about what could be epigenetically passed down. It's not going to be like iPhone or even like guitar, but maybe like certain kinds of coordinations or certain sort of, yeah.
And
how
I wonder
many generations of getting like of some like a parent doing something. Is it just like the last generation? Like you did this, you're like, and then you procreate. Is it like multiple generations before that kind of like slowly trickle down to the children?
It's evolution, dude. However long evolution works for humans, that's really
It's
what
evolution, dude.
Billion years
It's,
or whatever you're talking about.
I mean, that's true. That is epigenetics is in the mix of what makes us evolve.
I have
Right.
something really funny for you guys though. But last night,
We're gonna have super George Fisher necks in the future because everybody's pointing their head downward.
it's just all death
Oh,
metal.
I
fucking
like
dudes
his-
with huge necks.
I like his
We're gonna
their
have
head banging at metal
upgraded muscles in our necks so we can
Yeah.
handle the
Well-
staring at our phones in our laps.
We have elongated backs.
So like there was like an old view of evolution called Lamarckian evolution, and Lamarck was one of the other guys besides Darwin who was trying to postulate how evolution happens. And his mechanism was like you inherit traits that your parents like exercise in their life. So kind of what you were saying about epigenetics, this is like kind of Lamarckian. So like the classic example is like the giraffe's neck is really high because it started with like giraffes with lower, not as high necks, and they would like reach up for leaves. And then because they reached up for leaves, like their necks extended that way. And then their kids were born with necks that were like more ready to extend like that. And it kept going until giraffes were born like super fucking high necked, you know? So that is kind of like that's usually seen as not how evolution works anymore. Like it's not Darwinian, but it's still kind of in the mix in biology a little bit. And epigenetics is kind of Lamarckian in a way. So
So just to go on the genetic side, though, this is really interesting because last night I've been paying for the last 2 months for Ancestry.com, did my whole thing, and they did there's a new section called traits, like what traits you're gonna have, or they're kind of guessing at traits, and it was just mine was so rude. It was just like like sprinting. It's a stall. Okay, let me click sprinting. It's all suggests that you're okay. Oh, no, this is actually newer ones. Anyways, these are brand new ones. Okay, so you can go to competitive, there's like ones that are like just shot me down so hard last night. So getting stronger. It's all, your DNA suggests it's harder for you to get stronger when you do strength training. And then it's like, are you a goal setter? It's like, it shows that you don't like to set goals for yourself. This is hilarious, dude. It keeps going. It's all,
no way.
All randomly
I swear to God.
From
It's
23andMe?
No, from Ancestry.
Oh, Ancestry. Okay.
It's all jumping high. It's all you don't gain a lot of height when you jump.
It just roasts you the whole time.
It's roasting me, dude.
Is this
But it doesn't. It says instrument. It's all instruments. It's all you want to play instruments, dude. It says that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Shit.
And it's all, but one thing, it's all pet ownerships. Like, you don't want pets, and I like pets. So I was like, fuck you, dude. Physical balance, it's loading. I think it's just all, it's all. Suggest you have good balance. Never mind. I thought I was going to talk some more shit, dude. I
want to do that.
What up, dude?
It's like $30 a month, though, and I was like, I'll do it just to kind of like, because they keep going like, you have a new hit in your family and blah, blah. And I was like building my tree and stuff, and just like, I'm 40 now. You want to like read about history and shit. It's fucking, it says I remember my dreams, which is pretty true.
You're a dreamer,
dude. Pretty true. I'm a dreamer, dude.
There you go.
Dude, we're back to the dreams,
self-confidence. So you're modest about your abilities. That's 100% true. I'm very modest about it.
Ian says he'll roast you for $22 a month. Save $8,
dude. Speed. Let's see how fast I am, dude. It says you're naturally less speedy when playing sports. It's all you're slow, dude.
You kind of like move in slow motion.
But it was one of the funniest last night. Me and Osa I was reading them, and I'm like, God damn, it's just basically like, dude, you're not that cool of a man, dude. Like, you're not very.
That was definitely more roasty than giving you any positives, dude.
No, there's positives in there. I was skipping a lot of them, but a lot like
the positives aren't funny.
I mean, a lot of the physical ones, it was a sports technique. Let's just go to that. So
does it talk about dick size?
It's harder for you to develop good sports technique. Like it was just I did like 3 or 4 in a row, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, like what is my lineage?
But you'd want after all that, you would want to be like, but you got a nice dick, dude.
Yeah.
It's all you're in the bottom percentile of penis length.
Fuck.
No, it didn't say that. It didn't say that. Oh, there's an avocado right here. So is that a little avocado?
Is that
right
one of
here?
those things you got to spit into a cup and send it off?
Yeah. Vitamin E. Let's see. This is my avocado. I have average levels of vitamin E. That's boring. Anyways, I like it. I like roasting or telling me something cool. Anyways,
speaking of speed, I have an anecdote. So I went to a festival called Radar Festival in Manchester the day after Awful Fest, which was the fest I played, and it was like a mile walk from our Airbnb. It's right next to like the Manchester Stadium where Manchester United plays or whatever.
Damn.
So I go into this fest. I walk around. There's like a vendors area. There's like a drum school kind of like lesson thing. They have a drumometer plugged into a pad, and they're running like a 20-second single stroke contest. So how many strokes you can get in 20 seconds. And I look at the leaderboard, and
Mike
it's
Mangini?
like 280-ish is like the top, and I like watched one person do it, and I had just played a 60-minute Disgorge set the night before, like around 14 hours ago, and so I was feeling like kind of confident, but I'm like looking at the leaderboard and I realized that there's a pro drummers section and there's like a lot of the drummers playing the fest tour there. Like the drummer for Conjurer is very high. The drummer for Pliny is on there. Sean Crowder from Sungazer is on there. And I'm like, well, fuck, let's just give it a try, man. So I just talked to the lady. I'm like, I'm going to like warm up and then let's go. So I start going, just doing a single stroke roll, left, right. And they're like, oh my God. Oh, you're going for it. Holy shit. And I ended up getting 308.
What?
Beating the second place by like 20 strokes.
Remember that post?
Damn, dude.
Where the guy was like,
have to
bow down to the king, and he like pointed at second place.
Yeah, I'll get into that.
That's insane, dude.
But I was just like, this is my specialty. Like I've been training specifically for this like very own thing for last night's show. So of course, just applying it. And then I felt really good about that. I'm just like,
dude.
And they
you do your next test. It's like you could probably do like 210, dude, on the drum pad.
Well, I want to see. There's like Andy Vincent, shout out, or like Nick Hill, Tillwalker. I'm sure I would really want to like get into or Brendan Shackelford, like see who can do it. But there obviously wasn't a lot of like super fucking death metal tech drummers at this event. But I was still like, dude, I'm faster than Sean Crowder. I'm faster than whoever the fuck Pleeny's drummer is, like feeling all sick. And I put Last of Lucy next to my name. So I was hoping that people would like go by the leaderboard and like see that there's a new number one and check out the band.
Damn, that could cause a thing of people of international bands touring internationally and just being like, all right, we got to hit that fucking break Joseph's record.
And then someone got to second. I don't know. Is the guitarist Ollie Steele is the guitarist for like Monuments or something, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
He was. I don't know.
Yeah. So Ricky found a post later from Ollie Steele's story, and it was someone pointing to their name in second place. And I guess they like later came and beat everybody except me. But the post was like pointing at the name on second and saying, bow down to the king. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I said,
you should have screenshotted it and been like, bow down to the king and just put it on top of it.
Oh, fuck. I should have. But I said, imagine getting second place and calling yourself the king.
Right.
You're the squire, dude. You're not the king.
Yeah, exactly.
You just do queen with an apostrophe or a little asterisk at the end.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking shit. That's
But,
awesome,
man,
dude. I was hoping for like along the same lines of me being like shit on by my genetics, and I thought we were gonna get like 80 or something. It was gonna make me feel better, but like my ancestry just be like, dude, you don't know how to do anything really cool. Like,
no.
What if it was really specific like that, dude? Like,
no, it is. There's websites where it's like, do you want
but
me?
it would be like you'll never bowl over 120. That type of shit, you know?
Damn.
That would be hilarious, dude. A fucking Ancestry.com roast situation where you just get pummeled in every aspect of life.
You'll never bowl over 120 unless you hate your family. And you just deny your family.
Unless your parents divorce when you're 6, dude.
It's all we need certain things to happen in your life for trauma that will kind of bypass your push your genetics into overdrive, and then like you'll get there, dude.
Yeah.
That's way too specific.
But man, I just this Radar Fest, and I want to go back to talking about the fest we actually played, but it was like, dude, Ricky, you would have freaked out. It was insane. It was prog heaven, bro. Like Sungazer played. I went to the Adam Neely Q&A like masterclass he did with the drummer. They were just answering questions. It was like kind of like his live Instagram Q&A videos, but just like real in person.
Oh, okay.
And I saw the Omnific, who were like the band with 2 bass players and a drummer. Humanity's Last Breath, and then Leprous, who headlined. It was a great show. I met like this just prog guy out there from Norway. He's Brazilian. He's like geologist. Shout out. I forget your name right now, but you were fun to hang out with. Just like a fest buddy, you meet him that day.
What's a geologist do?
They study feet, dude.
Study rocks. Is it rocks?
Yeah, rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kyle from Fallujah has a band, I think, called
I know. I was trying to think of the
Geologist.
fucking. God damn it! I was trying to think of the name. I'm like architects. God damn it!
Yeah. But then also this fest had like this vendor section. So not just the tons of guitars, like those Strandberg had a booth. Aristides or whatever had a booth. Ibanez, obviously, like those, and then Neural like sponsored the main stage, so it was just called the Neural stage. It was so fucking prog.
That's
and then,
so nerdy. I love it.
And they even had like vendors of like selling like desktop like gaming setups. And like there was a room like a tavern kind of Magic the Gathering. It was so nerdy. I almost felt like
that's my kind of shit, dude. I mean, at this age too. I mean, I'm not even into Magic or anything like that, and I don't like building PCs. I've done it, but I don't like building them. But like, I like that energy of just like, all right, this is all chill, dude. We're not trying to puff chests out. We're all nerds. Let's just get down with the music and like, here we go. Let's see this.
So this was the day I went to the Sunday.
Oh, Car Bomb, fuck yeah. Stargazer.
Oh, and I should mention just that shout out Jack. He actually had a guest list spot for the day, so I didn't pay for my ticket. I just got to walk in. But I didn't. But I would have loved to go like the whole fest, like Pliny, Tesseract,
on my
Car
birthday,
Bomb.
fucking Tesseract Car Bomb. Jesus.
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun.
God, that's awesome, man. Dude,
Ricky, we gotta get Dreamer out to play like either this or Tech Fest or Euroblast. It's like Prague is way big in the UK. It actually
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's one of my huge out there.
It's my favorite style.
I mean, who knows? Once the album comes out, somebody hears it.
I mean, might as well if you guys get like a lot of these fests too. I mean, like I said, they're like we both said, they're nerds. They dig. They want what they want to hear. A lot of them are like, there's already a draw there from the big bands. Like, throw this cool band in there and just blow people's minds. They're like, Dreamer, what the fuck is this? And blow their minds. And like, so as far as actually a Dreamer question I would like to ask too. So, we talked about getting, Demon Carcass, stuff like that for vocals. Are you guys going to stick to, are you sticking to your guns on no vocals? Did you get a vocalist? What are you doing for the album?
Well,
is it awkward? Is it an awkward situation?
Not really. No, I mean, shit happens. But unfortunately, our vocalist quit. I don't know if that's a little bit too straight up, but yeah, he kind of just.
No, you fired him, right? You fired him, right?
Yeah, me, dude. Like, I was like, dude, this is my bad. You're out of here.
He's all, no, dude, I quit. No, dude, I quit. Anyway, sorry. I don't know what the situation is, but
no, yeah. It's just chalk it up to like it not working out. Hell yeah. It just didn't work out for him, like he wasn't feeling it. And it's like fuck yeah, dude. It makes sense, like if you're not really feeling a band, then it's like you definitely shouldn't be in the band, And that's my philosophy with it. It's like, if I don't like the music, my heart's not going to be in it, And it's like, why am I going to waste your time? Why am I going to waste my time? It's like, just,
Dude, all right, here, let's just be out with it, dude. It was me, dude. It was me.
Fucking Anthony, dude. God damn it.
Yeah.
He's all, I don't want to get into it. It was awkward.
I just couldn't dream hard enough, guys.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, a band like Dreamer, to me, being an old dude, like, see, I'm 40 now. I'm saying old dude now. It's all coming out now. But as far as like having a band, like when Joseph showed me that in the old pool room that we had, I was like, what is going on right here? Like, this is like, if you're not psyched on that, like, please leave everything on the front door.
The thing is,
because it's such exciting music. Like, it's
for me, like, I totally get it, man, because it's an extremely ambitious debut album. And for someone to like come and just write like this whole fucking novel of lyrics for this album, it's like, I get it, it's like it's a very like crazy task, It's like you have to like approach a fucking mountain. You're like, God damn, I have to climb this mountain right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it like helps for context that our singer was living in LA pretty close to us and working in the aerospace industry, and then
so he wasn't making any money, and like this is his one chance to make money.
Nah, dude, exactly.
He was chilling.
he came to LA to join a metal band, and no, and then he ended up going through some life shit and moving back to his home state.
Yeah.
And so like we had him for like the one like debut show, and then we played a second show last year as an instrumental band. Well, actually, both shows were last year, but it was like months later. By then, he had already moved, so it was like without the incentive for like being in a room together live, like it just kind of fell by the wayside. But we did get to play one show together. He's an incredible musician, guitar player, vocalist. It's just a matter of like we now are working with a different vocalist, and I'm working on lyrics, and I wrote one of the songs on lyrics years ago, and so kind of like he wrote a lot of the album on lyrics, and we're trying to combine what he wrote with new ideas and then hand it off to somebody to finish. So it's gotten a little bit of whenever I have time. And today I was working on lyrics. Lyrics are hard, dude. Lyrics are super fucking tough. I'm sure everybody's been in a band where there's like the album's done and you're just waiting on someone to write the lyrics and record the vocals.
Sounds pretty specific there, dude. Kind of I feel a little fucking elbow in the side right there, dude.
I am sympathetic to anybody who has to do that. It fucking sucks,
dude,
actually.
Lyrics are the bane of my existence. I could never write lyrics, especially like for Dreamer, dude. No way. It's really crazy.
I was trying to show, because you guys aren't signed right now, so I was trying to show like something on YouTube. I just searched like Dreamer death metal band, and it says there's a band called Shed the Dreamer, Sucks to Suck. I don't know when you guys were said. I don't know.
That's actually us. Yeah, we have a song called "Sucks to Suck" also.
Do you?
Sucks to Suck.
Yeah, dude.
So I fell for it, dude. I'm old.
I wrote it about you,
falling
dude.
for stuff. I'm falling for stuff, dude.
Oh, dude,
Sucks.
you took a big turn in your brain, Joel, after turning 40. Now I'm hearing nothing but I'm old. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, dude.
It's true.
No, it's you know, Saturday. So
so
Saturday when you were in UK, I turned 40 years old, and we have 27 viewers right now. It was July 27th. So you know, it's all connected, and I'm just kidding.
I get I get like 2.5 months to still rub it in before I turn 40. So
it's 39. You're already 40, dude. I was already saying I was 40 to people for the last few months. I was like,
when
39. Like, what are you holding on to? It's like having like one hair less when you're bald. It's like I'm not gonna hold on to that hair. It's like I'm bald, dude. You know.
When I turned 35, I said that day. Now that I'm in my 30s. That's my attitude is, oh, dude.
30s are like lame to me now, dude. I'm 40, dude. I'm like, oh, you're young, dude. Oh, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear you.
All right, dude. Now I got to catch up. See, that's the way
this happened at 30 though. This happened at 30 with me too, where I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking 30. Like I gotta start stepping shit up, and like life's running out, dude. I gotta really get on it,
dude.
I'm almost
there.
there.
Kind of cool. I felt kind of cool turning 30.
I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a yeah. You're looking forward to. I don't even. It's like so long ago turning 30. I was like, you were such an adorable child. I'm an old man, dude. If you want to, I'll tell you what gifts you want at Christmas. If you want to sit on my lap. But
there we go.
It's yeah, because a lot of people are like, oh, whatever, 40 is the new 30, blah blah, and all that thing, and and there's all these like things people are telling me and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm just saying, like, that's how much I look at people dying. Like, it's all blah, 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 died 62. And I'm like, shit.
Like, 22 years.
I'm like, I'm not even halfway. It's like, I want like the age, like, I want to be like, all right, dude, you're halfway, and then like, you're done. Like, I want to be for sure halfway. I just want to be like, okay, 40, 80. Let's do that.
Nope.
It's like, probably like 60 or 73, like the average male human life. It's probably around mid 70s. Like I'll shoot for that now. But that means my mid was like 38, 30. Well, then I don't know. See, I overthink things, but I'm just like, look at the slice of pie. Like I said, like all the years are getting shorter. When you're 10 years old, the slices of pie stay the same as when you're 40. So every year is kind of just flying by. Like I'm looking at my memories on YouTube or on Facebook, and I'm like, well, that was last year. Like I feel like that was like 6 months ago or 4 months ago. Like
yeah, but I got
the Psycho Fest ones kind of recently, and I was like, Oh shit! That
2
like
years
was
ago.
that was
That's
that 2 years?
It's
Okay,
two-
I thought it was 3. Okay,
glass
so that's
half
not so bad.
full type shit. The classic glass half full, half empty, whatever. I look back and be like, damn, dude, I've already done. I feel like I've been here forever. So if I'm at the halfway point, like, I still got another forever. You know?
Damn.
I also don't want to be 90, you know? So I'm at that point where I don't want to be like the 90 guy, like going like where everyone's got to take care of you like a baby. Like I'm not trying to do that for, you know, so but the thing is so at best I'm halfway. Is how I look at it. It's like at best I'm halfway and it just numbers fuck with me a lot. So I'm always like 40, all right, so 80, maybe like 83 is cool. Like I don't want to go like to be like the burden on my family. It's like he's 106, dude. We gotta go. Like, we gotta go. Do everything for him. That's I feel like, and everyone's just like everyone's like
Ian's way out. Ian's way out is pretty crazy, dude. I want to get hit by a bus at 78. Dude.
Oh, so
that's
Shit,
that's
that's very
actually
specific.
that's actually adorable. I actually like that a lot.
Like,
You know, I like that a lot.
Put out your lights, yeah, right away. So no, there's no pain.
Well,
Yeah,
Just a
suffering and
full-on-
slow death. Just
a
dumb.
very fast bus. Just fucking as soon as
You didn't
hit,
kill
it's just,
yourself.
like,
You
lights
just got hit
out.
by a bus. You know, wasn't like selfish. You just got hit by a bus. Like I kind of like
Yeah.
it. You know,
I'm
adorable.
turning 34 in a few weeks, and I've been getting the gnarly
Dude.
gray hair coming in.
I feel
So-
the boomer. So now I'm a boomer now.
I-
I want to be like,
I
oh,
look at
you're
pictures
34. I want to like talk to you about your age now. Like I'm an old. I'm getting the
That
old,
definitely
like,
happens.
Boomer
Well,
Joel.
because every time I teach a class and I'm like, you're 18, you were born after 9/11, you were like, all this stuff, and like, I
Even
just
for me,
find
man.
it like it's so hard to not be like when I was your age. Like it's so
I
hard.
know. It's
you
so
have to
hard.
catch
It gets harder and
yourself all
harder.
the fucking time. Yeah.
I'm using all the empirical evidence of my family and being like, don't do that. Like, don't be like, I saw Jimi Hendrix from. But like, how do you not when you get to a certain age, like where people go
Yeah.
like, dude, I did this thing, and you're like, I did something way cooler when I was young.
Yeah.
It's like-
Dude, we're coming
Back
up
in my
on
day.
we're coming up on 4 years of this show, and you go back to the first episode and watch how much we've aged just doing the show.
You guys look the same to me.
Well,
But-
I don't know.
Our first episode
Cool.
together. Actually, yeah, it's hard to tell age
You
in
guys are
4
beautiful,
years.
man.
The
Yeah,
Deeds
that's
episode
not-
doesn't count to Joel because he wasn't on the show yet.
I didn't want to do it, dude. I was like, nah, dude, I don't feel like you have a good plan. I don't want to do it.
Well,
You know,
There-
yeah, dude. Look, this is how a homie is like thinking about his other homie's idea. You're like, nah, it's a shit idea. I'm out.
Yo, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
for sure.
Damn, I have to go too, dude. Good choice, brother. But I remember like I didn't know Joseph. I did like did I know you, Joseph? I don't think I even knew you. And I'm like, we want to start a podcast and just go like post stuff to the world. We don't even know like a plan
Headphones
yet.
are getting roasted.
I
I
was
knew
so-
of you.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what this is. Like, I would like to have like a plan, so I'll just wait for you guys to do it.
I think you were just scared to be on camera, dude.
I might have been.
The humble
'Cause
origins.
what kind of
man.
plan? What wasn't cool about the plan? The plan was talking to all the homies.
I just didn't know what was going on. I just didn't know. It was kind of like, hey, do you want to go on? Do you want to just join? I was like, I don't know what. I'm a very okay. So actually, my genetic thing kind of told me about this. It's like, it's
Ancestry.com.
swear
I
to
don't
God.
like joining
Give me the
podcasts
answer,
until the
dude.
second episode.
No, it said something like it's
You're
like
going
if
to
you
be
don't
asked
know.
to be on a podcast. You're not going to feel good about it. But
No, I don't like.
You're going to see it.
Yeah,
No, this is what Ancestry.com's
that's all
telling me.
Cali Death Podcast is going to offer you to like show up
And you're
first
gonna
episode
get-
with Diesel Flesh.
You're going to get
and you don't-
scared, but then you're going to see the first episode and you're going to be like, okay, I'm not so scared. I'll get on the boat.
Yeah, I
Hey,
kind
Ricky,
of.
when
I
did
mean,
you start listening to the Cali Death podcast?
What?
exactly.
I said, when did you first
Yeah, when
listen to
did
the
you
Cali
first
Death
listen to it?
podcast?
When I joined Dreamer, for sure. That's when I realized that you were a host. But I had seen the logo when Shani and Naveen were on the pod because I was watching the Copper Crab podcast before.
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Shout out
The Copper Crab to Cali Death podcast pipeline.
Yeah, I was definitely a part of that.
Did you see me on the Copper Crab podcast before
yeah,
you watched
I love
the Cali
that
Death
episode, dude.
podcast?
It's so funny. Yeah, the Cali on the Copper Crab podcast. Yeah, I saw your
classic.
episodes.
That's a certified hood classic, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
There's like definitely like some
guess.
episodes like in both podcasts where I definitely remember, and they're like some of my favorite episodes.
Hell yeah!
So
Yeah,
funny.
no, they had a great thing going on, and now that they're back from tour, I'm sure it's going to be popping off again.
They crushed it on this tour. I saw them in Santa Cruz and was like,
Oh.
Jesus Christ! All right, they're getting it down to a point where it's like, well, I mean, they've been on the trajectory to be doing this for a long time, and Theos has been like trending upwards, and just seeing them live and like how Chaney crushed it last time with Archspire in Santa Cruz, and then and it was like a Chaney Naveen show kind of thing. We were like watching Naveen just as much as we were watching Chaney, and then Chaney just kind of like took that frontman thing to another level now, and now she's like fucking commanding the audience for like one of the best drummers in the world is kind of like he's like, whatever, I'm just drumming back here, it's all good. And Chaney's just like crushing, and I was like, holy shit, dude, holy fuck, that's
kind of crazy, dude, because like Entheos is like one of those bands that I saw from the very beginning, you know, like I totally remember reading an article about how Naveen was making a band, you know, with like Chaney or
with Frank from
Animosity.
Yeah. I rolled up with an Animosity shirt at the last show. It was like, what up? Because me and Naveen's dads are friends, so I was like, what up, dude? How's it going? He's all, damn, it's fucking old school shirt. Like the animal shirt on.
Yeah.
But, I feel like they at the beginning, I've actually kind of got this vibe from them that they weren't receptive to the Animosity link.
I had a dream about finding an Animosity shirt like 2 nights ago, dude, and I woke up pissed because I don't know where it is. You know, I have a couple of Animosity hoodies, a couple of Animosity t-shirts. I don't know where the fuck they are now.
Damn, dude.
Find those. Put those on Depop.
Damn, dude, we're gnarly in the weeds.
Well, speaking of getting older, let me get in the weeds real quick. I'll get down, one more thing I did today that was like a weed. It's like searching for nostalgic objects online. So I wanted for my desk setup, I wanted the red stapler from Office Space.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I wanted but the thing is though, this is where it gets ridiculous, dude. I spent an hour on this today, dude. While I was working on my other computer, I was like, this is my main my home computer, and I was like working over here, going like, yeah, totally. And I just go over here and be like, all right. And I found the brand, but they got the company that does it, I forget, starts with an S, I forget, but I was looking it up today. So they put their logo on the top of the stapler, but in the movie they got it on the side of the stapler, and I was like, I need that one, dude. Like, I don't want the top of the red stapler with the logo on the top. And they literally went to a fucking, I read about it, they went to a auto place where they paint your cars, and they painted the stapler, and then they put the logo on the side just for the movie. And I was like, fuck, dude, now I can't get that stapler now, dude.
Was it to see the logo? Probably.
Well, you know, it's like my stapler. It's my lucky stapler. Blah blah. All that
no,
thing.
I understand
because it was so rare. It was literally a one of a kind.
I'm thinking of what would be the purpose of them doing that? You know, other than to making sure that
they said Mike Judge did this is Mike Judge did this. He was like, take this to a fucking auto shop
company,
which their sales grew by like 900%. Like from now to then. But they put the logo on the side, and I was like, no, dude, I can't take the logo on the top, dude. I can't. I don't want to pay $30 for the logo on the top, dude. I'll pay $300 for the logo on the side, dude. I want it like on.
There's a percentage of Office. What were they called? What was that movie called again?
Office Space.
Office Space.
Mike Judge, dude.
I got mixed up with the show. I was going to be like the Office Space. I'm sure there's fans just like you that made that a project, dude. Buy the regular one and go paint it the same exact color, and you do the fucking logo yourself, dude.
You got it?
No, you didn't find it for sale.
On Etsy, I looked. Maybe.
I went to Etsy. I went to Etsy.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, but you can't buy it. It's Swingline.
That's
you can't buy it.
That. All the schools have that brand, dude. Swingline.
And then also the Super Soaker 100, dude. I wanted the original Super Soaker 100. I swear, this is how far it's going. And then the Reebok pumps. I wanted the Reebok with the basketball in the front.
Whoa, dude! Look at you.
Dude.
No, dude. I have those same things, dude. I rebought toys that I had when I was a
it's on the
kid.
top. That's the one you can
You're
buy,
right.
dude. The one with it on the top, dude. No, I went through 30 to 45 minutes today on this. So, and I went deep. I went to Etsy. Went to all the places you can actually possibly look for it, and
You're
no one's
insane,
doing
dude.
it. I know. It's just like the nostalgic album. You know, when you get it's like collector stuff. Like when you get older, it's like there's a nostalgic value to it. That's why you're collecting it. So it's like if it's not the correct one, like then fuck off. I don't want it. I don't know. I don't know why. It's like I don't know where that came from, but I'm probably 40 years old. Anyway, so Ricky, you were in high school and you like joined your first band. And it, like, no, you played in front of the courthouse. I think that's where we actually ended up. Was where you were playing in front of the courthouse. So
no,
you
I
played
went on
punk.
for another band from that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
I met. I was like playing bass for a band with my brother-in-law and his three friends. Yeah. It was called Dojo Syndrome. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that name, but I totally remember it being Dojo Syndrome.
Wow.
But yeah, I was playing fucking bass for that. But yeah, so like how I started playing bass, actually, I didn't even get to that.
Wait, real quick, we're getting the echo again. Is anybody else getting echo in their ears?
Nope. I think it's your
No?
alcohol.
I'm here. No,
Hello.
It's not. I've actually been pacing myself.
It's not too bad. It wasn't really
Is it me?
taking
I have
anything
my
from me. So
headphones blasting.
Oh shit.
Go.
keep going.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Well, basically, like the band that got me to playing basically. The band that got me into playing bass was actually Muse because when I got into I heard the bass and he uses a lot of effects and I was like, dude, that sounds fucking sick, you know. And my brother-in-law jokingly told me like, well, you should start playing bass, you know. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should. And
I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you, dude. And you know, like I was like pretty much like begging my parents. Like we went to Guitar Center like in Christmas, and my birthday's on December 23rd. You know, so it's like really close to Christmas.
Eve.
And yeah, Eve, yeah. So yeah, we went to Guitar Center. You know, we were like looking around and shit. And I didn't know anything about instruments at that time, so we saw like that, you know, like that classic, like the package, you know, where you get like the bass, little shitty bass, and the little amp. Yeah, it was the Ibanez Geo.
Oh yeah,
that
for sure.
Yeah. So I got that one, you know, and I started playing bass. Yeah, and I was in a band with them. And it's funny because like fuck. Sorry. I like lost my train of thought for a second.
No, let's just zoom in on them. Just zoom in on them.
It's funny, dude.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus, I can't remember. So basically, like, yeah, my brother-in-law, he got his 3 friends. You know, one of them was named Gumby. I guess they called him Gumby for whatever reason. And the other homies, Steven Bruner and Victor Balderas, you know, they're still my homies now. They don't really talk to my brother-in-law anymore for whatever reason. But yeah, they like.
Why is that? I'm just kidding. No, you don't.
No, I mean, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Like they just probably you know, they just kind of fell off. Whatever.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But yeah, like, you know, we were on a band, you know, we were jamming. It wasn't really anything like serious. Like we were just jamming in my brother-in-law's room and nothing really came of it. We were just jamming off, you know. And then like I started hanging out with my brother-in-law's friends, you know. They're like much older than I am. They're like right now they're 35, 36.
Fuck you, dude. All right, anyways,
They're much older than
not like much older, but you know what I mean?
I'm so much older. Like
you got
so much younger than you,
wisdom, dude.
At the time, they felt like
men, dude.
At the time, it felt like they were like much older. You know what I mean? Like I was a kid. I was like 14 or 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I started playing bass 2 years after I started playing guitar, and you know, they're the ones that got me into like prog rock. Like I totally remember smoking weed with them when I was like 14. You know, and they were showing me fucking like
cool. What were their full names and social security numbers?
Was that your first time smoking weed? 14?
Fuck, I don't really remember, man. Like I don't know what that timeline is like. I'm actually lying. So I had known them for some time, and like I was like probably like 15 or 16, and I had already like started smoking weed, you know. And we like started hanging out like shortly after that band fizzled out. And yeah, like, it's funny because my brother-in-law would tell them like, yo, like, I know you guys are hanging out with Ricky, but don't get him into like weed and shit. But little did he know, like, like I was like 17, 16, and I was like selling them acid.
You were so far along.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, well, sorry, dude. I kind of like
That's
wanted to sell them
adorable.
acid. Yeah, right. I kind of gave them acid, and like he was all telling them like, yeah, don't fucking smoke weed with them. But here I am, popping their acid cherry at 17 years
that
old.
young with acid, dude. How when was it? Was that around the same time you did it for the first time?
Yeah, I know. I kind of like messed up with the timeline a little bit there, but I was like 17 when I was doing acid. Yeah, and I didn't do it a whole lot. I just did it like that one time, the 1st time, and then like my buddy, he was selling it, and he kind of gave me like a little strip, and I was like kind of like selling it amongst my friends or whatever.
Yeah,
And yeah, we kind of did it together this one time, and it was really cool. Just listening to music and kicking it.
I still have yet to do acid, dude. I did all the natural shit. I did shrooms and weed. Still doing weed currently today.
You wrote Cryptic Implosion without acid, or I guess you
With
didn't write all
with
of it.
mushrooms,
Okay.
and weed, and yeah, actually, I only was involved in one song, but Synesthesia was all me, and that's post DMT and all that stuff. So
I got
it's in
some
there.
DMT sitting out there. I haven't touched it in years.
Allegedly.
Give it to me, dude.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Psychedelics are like
house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
got psychedelics are like really gnarly.
Mute Joel if you can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
He put his headphones right next to the fucking microphone. What were we talking about? You allegedly have some or at one point in your life have had some DMT, and you're waiting for the right time.
I have some DMs. It's Santa Cruz, so mushrooms are like legal here, so nice. I can say I have that too. But I ran out of like I have more psychedelics than I have like opportunities to do them. Like you have to get psyched up as an adult to do those. When as a kid you're just like
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, microdosing is a thing that I've never actually tried because every time I eat mushrooms, I eat handfuls and shit.
Yeah.
I would just go for the blast off, which got me into weird situations at times, but I've never microdosed mushrooms.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but I've microdosed acid before. It's cool.
So how do you microdose acid, which is something that's so powerful in such a small amount?
Like I guess the way I had done it before, it's like you have a tab, it's like a little square or whatever, and you just cut it in fourths, and that's you just take a little piece. Or like
I've cut it into like the tiniest possible piece I could cut off with a scissor. Like to try to super microdose, and I think you get like a little bit of like a speedy sensation, like you still kind of can't fall asleep. Yeah, like the first thing that happens, whether you get any other effects, is you get that like 5-HT activation, so you get the full cycle of you're up for 12 hours beyond whenever you took it, no matter what your other sleep schedule is like, any of that. But
really,
sometimes it's just a flash in the pan of any other effects, and then it goes away.
So that's definitely something you would want to do in the morning if you want to have a normal functioning day with it.
Yeah,
that's like the tech bro thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really do like acid anymore, but I do dabble with shrooms still. It's like I'd rather take a more natural approach now, because especially with like all the shit that's going around right now, it's like you don't really know what they're putting in that shit because it is chemicals, like with acid and all that.
Right.
But with shrooms, it's like more natural, And I make a tea out of it, That's how I take it. I take it for like I guess like mental health reasons, I'm not doing it recreationally, but I'm also like, doing it for like mental health reasons too.
Right. You're just taking a small amount, making a tea with it in there, and
decent amount, not a small amount.
Okay.
Like I trip balls for sure.
So like what? How many grams do you think you make?
Like an eighth, a little bit less than an eighth sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't really like tripping too hard nowadays.
You ever heard of Terrence McKenna?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So he says 5 grams is the minimum because he wants you to push. He wants you to be forced into that next, like, no matter what, because when you take psychedelics, there's that section of time where you still have control of yourself, and you can, of course, it's fight or flight situation. Your physical body feels like it's being threatened by something, and so you have this massive anxiety of like, I took too much, I'm going into this weird thing, what the fuck's gonna happen, that area. Well, 5 dried grams on a fasted day, he says that doesn't matter. That you get pushed through that into something else very quick, and that's something that I've only done an eighth. I've never pushed myself. Yeah, that's the maximum amount I took in one sitting.
Yeah,
and just 1.5 more grams I wanted. But he talks about, back in the 80s, he's talking about this. I unplugged the phone, and I'm in the darkness, and my whole goal is to try and smoke the 3 joints that I rolled before I ate the mushrooms.
Yeah.
And just let the whole experience flood over him, and try and bring back some kind of information. That's
McKenna's one of the coolest people to do drugs ever, for sure.
and he says he was not, set and setting. Obviously, all those guys talk about set and setting, but he wasn't for anybody being in the room with him, because he said he got into some weird shit where he'd be doing crazy yoga and screaming glossolalia and drooling all over himself and shit. But
masturbation, yeah.
It's definitely like weird doing it around people that aren't.
Don't ever talk about Terrence McKenna like that.
He masturbated. Do you not? Are you saying Terrence didn't masturbate? What a jerk!
I'm sure he did. No, I know that garden of psychedelic plants that he grew on.
Well, I mean, that's such a fucking spectrum of like, what do you want to do on, or what does your body, your brain want to do on psychedelics? For me, it was like being away from people, for sure. That was number one thing for me. It was not like engaging with other humans. It was like, no, I can't. That's an outside world thing. I need to be in my own trip. I can't just like go into like I remember like one time I was tripping my balls off acid I was like turning 20. I was 29, churning 30. So I was like, I got to have a big acid trip before I turn 30. It was my whole thing. And I did, because I was like, I haven't had like a legit acid trip. And I got so gone that I literally like, I was smoking cigarettes back then, that I was like, I couldn't go get more cigarettes at the store. I was like, hello, so I have cash, and I would like to trade you this cash for the Marlboro Rojas Reds. I was fucking up like all over the place. Like, hello, I would like to make a trade with you. Like I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't.
At that point, that's all it is just a trade, dude. You're just trading this physical matter for that physical matter.
Because you're understanding that stuff. Yeah, you're understanding like what the whole society is, how society is.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He's walking in with the $2 on ether. Just, this is what I have to have. Take these 2 pieces of paper so I can stumble in.
Money turns into paper. Money does turn into paper.
Almanza, excuse me.
Oh yeah, dude. He's actually like the one that I did.
So
that
Salvia
I did
is a crazy one. Salvia is a crazy one, dude. I've never done it, but there is a story that this dude who's a comedian, he went on the Crab Feast. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to that podcast. It's Ryan Sickler. He's the main guy, and
he bombed he opened Tom Segura and bombed. Anyways, keep going.
No, he didn't, dude. Ryan Sickler.
No, I just saw him at SAP Center. No one left. But anyways,
sick, dude. So I'm bringing up a fucking cool comedian. He writes good shit, dude. If he bombed in one night, you're gonna call him out on your podcast. All right. Anyways, on his old podcast, this other guy named Steve Cantwell talks about smoking salvia and literally living 9 years in another dimension, dude.
Carry gear. Same thing has happened to him.
Yeah.
Scary, dude.
So,
I lived like a merman's life for a while on salvia because I had wet hair at the time.
What was your fin?
I like my hair was wet when I smoked it, and I just felt like I was like in the water somehow, and I was like some like partly aquatic entity.
I got it. I was being like stuck to things on it, like the couch.
Oh,
like
yeah,
my head was like stuck to the couch.
Magnetic.
So you feel heavy?
It was like, yeah, it's heavy, like, and like towards things that were comfortable. I was like, all right, this is good.
My buddy Hugo Almanza, that's in the chat, he actually saw me black out from taking salvia, and I've tried it like before, and it never really hit me. But we were at a cemetery because we would all hang out like at some cemetery, where we just smoke weed or whatever. And he had salvia, and I smoked it, dude. And like he said that all I did was like kind of like just like stare out, and just I got on my knees and I kept trying to like stumble, and I was like stumbling and I kept trying to get up, but I couldn't. Yeah, and dude, I for sure blacked out. Like I don't remember anything. And when like I came to, like all I saw was my friend's face. I turned and like his face just like stretched out, dude. It was so crazy. And then like I was yeah, and I was just kind of like, whoa, dude, what the fuck happened? I felt like I was like I don't know, like just coming, like being born again, like.
Dude, after a fucking odious practice,
crazy.
I came back to it was like one of the earlier odious practices. I came back, and my roommate at the time I came home and he was wrapped up in a cocoon of blankets with red ass eyes. And he was all, dude, fuck that shit, dude. Fuck that shit. He was like fucking pissed. He was really mad. And I was
scary, man.
And yeah, all my friends that lived with me at the time were like, dude, they like took me downstairs, like, all right. So this dude smoked it and like started screaming like, they're killing me, and like fucking ran to his room and ripped down he's a skater, ripped down all the skateboards off his fucking wall, and then fell on the ground and started pushing himself with his feet. It was like a hardwood floor through the fucking place, just like screaming. And then like they're all, dude, like get up. And then he's all, oh, and he stood up and he grabbed his car keys and he ran for his car. And then everyone fucking, I swear to God, and everyone like went to go. I wasn't there for that, but like I came home after it and he was just like, he was all like shaking, and everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? And then like what he told me though is that when they were pulling him up off the ground, he thought he was in a car accident, and his parents were peeling his body off the fucking pavement. Is what he thought. That's and he's not a trippy dude. He's like a punk rock. He's not like little obscure guy. He's like, dude, I saw both my parents and they were pulling my dead body off the pavement, after a car accident. And I was like, all right, maybe it's not for you. It's it's not for everybody. And no,
crazy how it's legal too, man. You can buy that smoke shop. It's like
it still can. You still can.
I think so. I haven't. I mean, I don't buy it, but
what's weird is I think it's in the mint family. It's related to mint.
It's from Oaxaca, dude.
So has anybody tried to smoke mint and see what happens?
Banana peels.
Salvia is
just tastes like a Newport.
It operates on a completely different neurotransmitter system than all the classic psychedelics. So yeah, it's like very interesting for that reason, but it doesn't seem to be very like therapeutic. Although we have the homie saying it grounds and resets his thoughts. Yeah. But yeah, there was like a thing where like that was like the new psychedelic for a while was salvia. Just doesn't have the staying power.
I totally remember like the old YouTube videos of people like smoking salvia and like windows. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was an earlier viral video. We were talking about early viral videos.
Yeah. For me, it was like
wait, real quick. Sorry, there's this other dude that would he would try.
Oh, the gardener
guy.
Yes, dude, that guy is the funniest, dude.
It was so.
That's one of my favorite videos of all time. To this,
the normal human like things that you would have to do, and then
have you guys seen this?
Can we watch it right now somehow?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. It's worth watching, dude. It's literally when I was a kid. This was like.
Sorry for getting psychedelic Swedes or whatever.
No, actually, it was me, dude. You mentioned acid, and I started talking about when you started doing acid, dude. So come on, guys. Hey, all you motherfuckers this doesn't always have to be about music. We all took psychedelics that, and actually, you could argue that it helped us do all this music. So it's just as important.
I talked to Joseph about how sick it is to listen to death metal on psychedelics, and he's like the only person to have ever agreed with me. And it's like,
I don't like it at all.
No, you don't.
I want to listen to like, I mean, depends on what psychedelics. Sometimes, like my senses are so heightened that I'm just like, all right, dude, like, can we just shit? Like, I don't need that. That's not like satisfying me at the moment. I just need like kind of like a chill Pink Floyd-y thing going. I don't need like, you know,
like in the right headspace. You can't just like put it on and be like, oh yeah, like I for sure fuck with this right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's been so many times.
DMT is nice because you're in and out in 10 minutes. That's
I found it.
You found it?
I love how he's trying to be like all like serious. He's like, yeah, dude. So I'm
I know he sounds like he's like an informative like.
There's multiple videos of him doing this, but this is the one that always gets me. This is the one.
Dude.
Oh yeah. Meters on each side, and that plant's going to fit perfectly inside there. Once we have that in the ground, we're going to fill it in with some Miracle Grow, some soil from the garden itself, and we're going to water it, and then we're going to make sure that it's doing okay with a little bit of pH test, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a little bit. First, step one is we're going to smoke our salvia.
It takes like fucking hero hits, dude. Like the way you're supposed to do it. Okay, hold it in for as long as you can.
Now, you want to hold that in until your vision begins to vibrate. And then we're going to go ahead and dig our hole. So, I found a nice spot right here that I think I'm going to dig into. And we're just going to see how that goes. So, I guess...
Got it. It's got him.
It's like falling back.
It's time for the ground, dude.
We don't advocate doing drugs, kids, but this is fucking.
It's a legal one, dude. No, he comes out of it too, at the very end. So it's just a bunch of this for like a while.
Probably like, yeah, right there.
So,
what a hero! Oh my god.
Damn, my lag though.
And once you when you're done with that, you can go ahead and get your plant in the ground.
yeah, that's it.
No, dude, that's great, dude. Oh, fuck, man. He literally went somewhere else and then came back and remembered, like, oh, fuck.
It's like, oh, yeah, my surroundings. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a thing. So you basically...
like the legend. Like, dude, fuck this shit.
Oh, God.
It's wild, dude. And DMT is similar to that, you know, not like how whatever I hear about salvia, it's not like that. Time is
DMT is the best, dude.
Yeah.
Time seems to be, at least from my perspective, pretty much the same in that realm. I don't know if I don't feel like I'm there longer than the 15 minutes that it took me to, you know, experience the whole DMT trip in your apartment in Santa Cruz.
Oh, yeah. It was like a birthday gift from someone.
The song something about spirit. What's the spirit song on
Meeting of the Spirits?
No, on Synesthesia.
Spirit Hole.
Album. Spirit Hole. That is about that exact experience.
My favorite, actually, DMT. Real quick, we'll get back to like when you listen to Metallica in high school. I came home from like a party one time, or it was hammered, and I came home to where I lived at last, and there's like Shara, Jared, Trevor, everyone's like, and they have the thing, the DMT, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Let me just hit it and see what happens, and just walk around. I was like all hammered, and everyone's still like on the couch going like, oh, or on his bed, just going like, what? And I'm just like, whatever, dude. This shit's weak, dude. And I'm just like hitting it as hard as I can. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk around and see what happens, and it was bananas, dude. With alcohol, like giving me the courage to just try to fight through it, and like everything kind of just turned into like skeleton kind of shaped stuff, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's all whatever, dude. Shit's weak, dude. I was like, what the fuck? The next morning, I woke up and I was like, whoa, dude, that was an aggressive move.
Probably. Well, you and I, we had a little tiny thing, so we tried to see what it was like just taking one hit and walking away from it, and me and you were like, dude, we're super tall, dude. Look at that. Look at your pile of laundry, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. I had this big pile of laundry like on the ground
on your wall and shit. We were fucking flipping out on that for a second, and so it was still like a positive thing at a lower dose, and a full-on blowout take me out of this dimension for
fuck lower doses for any psychedelics. I'm sorry, the microdosing of mushrooms is cool and all, but like
kind of
I actually don't get the effect. I guess for someone that has never done mushrooms, I guess that might give you some sort of a body high or something. I've done it for myself and gone to work and I'm like, yeah, totally, I'll just do a microdose, dude. And I'm like, I don't feel good. Like I don't like this.
The giggly phase of shrooms is the best phase of shrooms.
Oh yeah, those laughs you get out.
The fucking like when I would eat shrooms like whole, it would make me so nauseous though.
Yeah,
that's why I started making them into a tea. I make them into a tea now.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Do you still eat the matter after? No.
The slop? No, fuck that, dude. Like pretty much you like just put it in a cup and you like grind it up, whatever. You add some lemon juice, and I guess like the acidity in the lemon juice like kind of extracts the psychoactive shit from the shrooms, and you could just discard the actual.
You strain it.
Yeah, and you strain it and you just put it into like a tea or whatever. And dude, like the last time I did it hit me like in 10-15 minutes, and I was tripping balls, man. Like I was peaking right away, and you know, because like with shrooms it takes a while. But with the tea, though, it's like you're like literally getting the psychoactive stuff, the psilocybin, like in liquid form, you know?
Well, you think about it. When you eat a mushroom, dried mushroom, it goes into your stomach, and being a.
I'll get the other battery.
Dude, battery's exhausted, dude.
Exhausted, dude. We're just that's my favorite battery, dude.
That's my favorite. Like a camera going out. It's like, dude, battery's just like it's exhausted. Dude. Like, it just tells you the truth. It just tells you the truth.
Yeah,
I like it. But anyways, we're on the Cali Death Rogan experience.
No, I was just gonna finish off. When you eat the dry mushroom, it goes into your stomach. It takes that much time for your stomach acid to break it down. Then it has
which is exciting absorbed. Though, as when you're younger. It's or just it's like you don't know when's the bomb gonna go off. Like when's this gonna start like rolling?
In, and then you start to feel it rumble up, and you're just like, oh shit.
For me, it's the yawning. I start yawning a bunch. I start yawning, and then that's when I know that's kicking in. Yeah, and it's
you gotta try eating them at least once. You gotta try the tea. Sure. You gotta try them all out. See what your body can handle. My stomach's constitution's really not good for psilocybin, but I still have done it in all those ways. I wish I had a better tech, because I felt like my tea never really got me as far as it's supposed to.
I gotta make you one, dude.
Yeah.
I actually got honey sticks right now for my birthday last year. I forget, but someone gave me a bunch of they're actually like branded like honey sticks of psilocybin like milligrams or
oh shit,
dude.
Yeah, and they're fucking I still have a few. It's the one I was like, I'll just do 2 or something before work, and it's like maybe like a 1/4. What's that? A 1/16?
16th.
And I did that for just before I went to work, just to, like I wanted to like just try it, and
that's kind of
maybe
modern.
I'll crush it at work.
Modern Viking of you, dude. I think if I'm not mistaken, Vikings used to keep their mushrooms in honey.
There was a thing about Vikings using psilocybin for war, for heightened visual acuity.
And they preserved it in honey. Everything was like sweet.
Can you imagine doing shrooms and be like, let's go fucking kill and rape these.
Dude,
That
no,
like-
that's the worst decision ever, dude.
I know, dude.
Motherfuckers up real quick.
Yeah,
They were in that
summer vibes.
pre-5 dried grams, dude. They were fighting
Yeah.
it, dude. So they started taking it out on other people, probably.
Well, it's
But
also like the
Isn't
British
mead
troops
honey
did that.
wine too? Isn't mead
Yeah.
honey? Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like they
A lot
used
of
honey for a lot of different things.
Honey based getting fucked ups. But Ricky, so when did you no
When did you first have
Well,
honey, dude?
Well, last thing I'll do is the British troops did LSD testing to see if it would give them some acuity. I think this is the video, but it's only a minute long.
Oh, of
But-
course.
The drug was
Oh, I-
administered in a drink of water given at the start of each day's
This is
exercise.
hilarious, dude.
25 minutes
I
later,
remember.
the first effects of the drug became apparent.
They're all
The men began to relax and to giggle. But this man was more seriously affected and had to be removed from the exercise. After 35 minutes, one of the radio operators had become incapable of using his set, and the efficiency of the rocket launcher team was also very impaired.
Fuck. They still
10 minutes
getting
later,
weapons?
the attacking section had lost all sense of urgency. Notice the bunching and indecision as they enter a wood occupied by the enemy. Almost immediately, the section commander tried to use a map to find the location of troop headquarters, and a prisoner's escort had to have the way pointed out to him, although it was in plain sight, 700 yards away over open country. 50 minutes after taking the drug, radio communication had become difficult, if not
They're
impossible,
cracking up.
but the men are still capable of sustained physical effort. However, constructive action was still attempted by those retaining a sense of responsibility in spite of physical symptoms. But 1 hour and 10 minutes after taking the drug, with one man climbing a tree to feed the birds, the troop commander gave up, admitting that he could no longer control himself or his men.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So yeah,
So good,
I mean,
dude.
but I mean, you do feel like you get to a different plane. So it's like, all right, if you're like a military minded guy, it's like, all right, is this gonna help us? Or is this gonna,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's getting into a deeper conversation, but the military mind being changed by this chemical. you
Oh yeah,
know,
helping now.
you know, being,
Post military.
but I mean, if every soldier were to take acid before a war, would they fight? No, they would hang. They'd be
That
like,
guy with the
"Come on,
rocket
dude."
launcher, dude. Like, why
He's
would
like-
you?
he's-
He's like, yeah, I
can't
could just
believe they
fucking
gave
kill
them
all of us
weapons
right now,
still.
dude.
They gave him weapons still, dude. Not
That's
just
crazy,
a
man.
gun, dude. A fucking rocket,
rocket
launcher.
launcher, dude.
Yeah. It's like,
What if he just is all whatever, haha, just like nails the perfect shot?
Hey, I mean,
Like, hey, check
I
this
would,
out,
I would
dude.
be. What about that pitcher who I don't know his name. I don't know who he played for, but he.
oh, Doc Gibson.
There you go. If that's him, I don't know.
It
But
was
he
like tripping
took
on LSD
acid
and
and
a no hitter or something.
it was
Yeah.
he pitched a no hitter. And think about taking acid and then realizing you had your schedule wrong and you had a game. Like
I would be
hours
out. I'd be
later.
injury.
Hours
I'd be like,
later.
I'm sick. I can't play the game. I would immediately do that. Like, oh shit, I have to go in front of like 30,000 people. I'm not doing that. Like, mistakes were made. I'm sick. Like,
Oh, even
cut my
better,
pit.
dude. Hugo, shout out, dude. He played for the Pirates, dude. I love pirate culture, pirate imagery.
Coins.
So it's fucking
Throwing no
love it all,
hitters.
dude. All right, let's get Ricky asked for the weeds. He fucking got the weeds.
Yeah,
tonight,
hell yeah, dude.
When I talked to him earlier, it's like, let's
Yeah.
get into the fucking weeds, and here we are, dude.
We're literally the
I-
British soldiers in the weeds
I need to
trying to figure out how to do a
swashbuckle.
podcast.
We need to swashbuckle our way out of this fucking weed fest around avocado trees that we've built. It's literally we're we're in like beautiful nature right now, and we need to get back into
It's like the Cali Weed podcast.
Cali Weed podcast, dude.
No more
So-
death, dude.
So you were in a couple technical
Check
or,
next,
or
dude.
otherwise death metal bands before Dreamers. So let's cover
yeah.
all that territory. And then you got into photography, so we need to talk about how you shoot. Those are
Hell
the two
yeah.
things we should talk about as far
Yeah,
as
for
I
sure.
I'm down,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
We talk music so much, dude. Photography is something that we rarely hit on this
Yeah.
show as a creative medium. So yes,
For sure, man. So I talked about Dojo Syndrome, and like that was like before high school. So like in like when I was in high school, all I did was like play guitar. The way I got into death metal pretty much was, I don't know if you guys ever saw the show Metalocalypse.
Yep.
Yeah, I've dabbled.
Yeah, so that I was like a kid when that show came out, and I saw it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So I
Right
saw it, and I liked the music, and I still do. I think it's really sick music, but I thought the drummer was crazy, and I think it was a drum machine, but
Gene
I know
Hoglan?
that Gene Hoglan, yeah, Gene Hoglan. I looked
Yeah.
up Gene Hoglan, and I started. That's how I found out about death, and
Nice.
like, yeah, and
So
that's
Individual Thought Patterns was your first album.
The first album was actually Symbolic, because I saw a video. I saw a video of Gene Hoglan playing a Symbolic song, like in a clinic, and that's like for sure the album that got me started with death metal. And
that's a great fucking album, dude. There's some killer tracks on that
fuck
album.
Yeah, dude, that album's sick. And like I liked all the death albums except like the first two. I wasn't really into like the old school death metal sound, to be honest. And I got to Sound of Perseverance, and that's when I like really wanted to like get into more extreme music. So all I would do is like pretty much like go on like Google or something and like put bands that sound like death, or bands that like have like a similar sound or whatever. And that's when I like discovered Necrophages and like the Faceless.
Damn.
And yeah, dude, I like jumped like really quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So like the Faceless and Necrophages like for sure were like the first bands where I was like, damn, this is insane, dude.
So that's weird that you went. What about Atheists and
Cynic
and all that stuff? Oh,
for sure. Like that was like all around the same time. I was like,
but that wasn't like Faceless and Necrophages were available though. So it's like, it's like,
but when you say bands that sound like death, I guarantee Atheists and Cynic come.
But as kids, you're trying to go like, what's the craziest next thing? It's like, what? It's like, if it's available, like, Jesus Christ.
And neither one of those bands really do sound like it, but I'm just saying.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
That you kind of get lumped into odious, severed, decrepit. We get lumped into a thing too, where I've seen people say that we decrepit birth and odious mortem, or odious is just decrepit junior, when it really doesn't sound like it at all.
I don't think so.
It's just the association thing.
Yeah. And like there was definitely like a lot of bands in between that I can't really, because all of that is a blur, man. Like me getting into like extreme metal was like a blur, because I would just like constantly YouTube shit and like Google stuff, and yeah, I got into Cynic around that time, because obviously Paul Masvidal, he was in Human, and Pestilence too. Like they have that album Spheres that I really loved a lot. That's like probably the only like Pestilence album I really liked, because it was like it had like a lot of synths on it. But yeah, like that was like pretty much like the only, like the way I got into like that stuff. And I really wanted to find people that were into that music, but it was really hard to find people that liked it and was like trying to actually play like that. It wasn't until like I ran into like some dude at a house party, because I would go to house parties and shit, and he had a Fallujah shirt on. It was like 2016 when this happened, and I was like, yo, what's up, dude? And it's a sick shirt or whatever. And he's like, oh, thanks. And he just like kind of walked away. And I saw him on Facebook, so I added him. And I was like, yo, dude, like I saw you at a show or a fucking house party, whatever. And then we got to talking. Hell yeah, Scott, dude, what's up?
That's really sorry.
Oh, that's fucking funny, dude. Wow, dude, you're tricking me.
He did that to me earlier with my son's
son, right? Yeah.
We think we're talking to people in the chat, but we really actually aren't. Joel's just see.
All right, sorry. No, keep it going.
No, that's cool. But yeah, like basically, like I hit him up saying if he wanted to jam, and we did, and I was playing guitar for that band. I was playing guitar for that band, and the band was called Axiom, and like nothing really came of it. Like we played a couple of shows and shit, but they weren't like, at least the bass player like and vocalist, he was the one writing all the music. He ended up like just like not caring about it a whole lot, it seemed. So that band fizzled out, and yeah, like I was kind of left in a position where I was like, fuck, like I finally got a metal band and now it's not there anymore. So I was like, fuck, I was like hungry for more. And, I kept looking online. And that was like pretty much like like with Dreamer, that's how I found Dreamer, is like looking online and like kind of like just searching for people online. And that's kind of how I found my next band, which was a progressive metal band. I don't think I've ever mentioned this to Joseph. It was like a more progressive metal band, and it was called Parabolic. And and again, like nothing really came of that. We didn't even play any shows. We only jammed once, and they were like cool guys and shit, but it just didn't work out. Whatever. I'm like kind of like doing like a little speed run of all this shit.
No, it's all good, dude.
Get it on the record, dude.
Yeah, don't say any keywords, and we won't jump in and take you down the weeds, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, if you
mention new
spark
metal.
one memory of mine right now.
Yeah. Anthony is primed right now, dude. He's waiting for it.
Yeah, he's waiting for it, dude. Yeah. I'm just like going quickly through it because, like, honestly, like all those bands, they weren't really much. Like, we didn't really play shows. We didn't really have like music out. So to me, it's like it wasn't really like an actual band, to be honest. Like like that band Parabolic. My friend Thomas, he had music for it, but it just never happened. It just fizzled out. Whatever. And then so the next thing was a band called Indra, and that was like the first band where like they all liked like like tech death and like death metal and extreme music and all that shit. And that was the first band where I was like, fuck, all right, this is sick. This is like an actual like full-fledged metal band. Like the homie Alex, he was a really insane drummer, like he was a huge fan of Decrepit Birth. He would always talk to me about that band. And yeah, we would play shows, like we played at the Whiskey once. We opened for Pathology, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Hard.
Nice. Were you playing bass or guitar?
I was playing bass. That was like the first like death metal band where I was playing bass.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I joined that band and I didn't even have a bass or an amp.
Here's my cord. Just plug it into the board.
I got an XLR, dude.
So what I did was like I asked my homie Tom from my previous band if he could let me borrow a bass, and he let me borrow like a 5-string P bass.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. Like I played with that for a little while, and my friend Seabass, shout out to Seabass. He's the one that taught me how to record. Yeah, Joseph knows him. He actually mixed a couple of his like songs, right?
He mixed he mixed the Psionic album or the single, and he mixed the River Gorger album, produced it. So yeah, he's worked with me.
That's the homie Seabass.
He did my Sick Drummer videos for Last Lucy. So
Okay.
So yeah, like Divine Mother Studios is his YouTube channel. He does a lot of.
Is it in New York? Is it in New York?
No, he's in Cali. He's in SoCal.
Why New York?
Oh, I see what you did there, you motherfucker. Yeah.
What? I don't get it.
Oh, I just saw a Sick Drummer comment and I was like, is he in New York? And I was all
yeah, don't trust any comments that come up at the bottom of the videos from here on out.
No, I know. I'm done fucking around. Joseph has access to this too, so he can throw me in the bus.
Yeah,
it's all good, man.
Speaking of, throw you under the bus, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, would you want Ian? If you got hit by a bus at 78, would you want to go underneath it, or would you want to go flying? That's the thing. Do you want to get ground up like ground beef?
Oh, we sparked the Anthony, dude. He was looking, dude. He found the bus. The bus got him.
You brought up the bus thing again, and I'm like, dude, would you want to go underneath the bus? You guys were talking about getting thrown under the bus, or would you want to get bounced off the bus and just
if the wheels run over my head, I want under the bus. I mean, is there survival 0%, right? Either way,
0%. You're done.
Looking dirty, dude.
Okay, then
that's how you die at 78. You're
run over my head. I don't want slow dying. What the fuck was wrong with my head?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool to fly through the air for a second and just be like, "Oh shit, I'm."
But
flying
you'd be
through
an
the air."
absolute terror. I don't think it'd be worth it. You'd be like, dude, that was worth it, dude. That was sick.
If I go
You'd be
under
like-
the so you're saying like there might be less other fatalities around me.
Well,
or
you might
injuries.
also be knocked out too when you're flying. It's like a fucking just. You
Well,
just
no.
don't even
Once you
remember
go
anything.
under the bus, you're not going to feel anything. But I'm just saying it could be kind of cool to be conscious for a second while you're flying, but you might cause another accident that other people die from. I wouldn't want to do that. All right. You know what?
This reminds me of when I was on Tony Gomez
That was
podcast,
from 2 hours ago.
and he was like, which serial killer do you want to be killed by or something? And I was just like,
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like the non RAPE one.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just make
Definitely.
it
That's
quick
out
and
of the
He
question.
asked you that?
Anything.
Well-
Anything slow. I
that
don't
was a
wanna
real
do.
question. That was the question that they were like, dude. So like,
Well,
if you had a
because it was
choice-
about how Daniel's into horror movies and slasher films. So it was like specifically like what horror movie like slasher character would you want to be killed by, like Jack the Ripper or or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Joel, brush
I
I
up
was
on
gonna say
that shit
no.
for next
I was
week.
gonna say No Country for Old Men. I was gonna be the guy with the
Ooh,
nail gun
shit,
to
if
your
you get
head.
the, that's dude, you just
That'd be
nailed
it.
my fucking thing because I'm thinking of dying slow versus dying fast. Get
Yeah.
the fucking cattle prod in the
Yeah.
fucking forehead,
That'd
dude.
be it, dude. I don't want to like
It's
slowly
done.
die.
Instantly, boom.
We're going down the rabbit hole again. I'm going to say it real quick, but there was a YouTube video I watched yesterday that was like the most painful ways to die, and there was a meter that's actually that this college made up for most painful ways to die, and number 2 on the scale was shot in the head, and number 140 on the scale was 110 was being boiled alive, and then it had to do with fire after that. It was it was basically on AOL dial-up. Oh no, sorry.
Sorry.
But no, it was like the number one was the monk that poured gasoline all over himself in protest, and they're like that has to be, and he didn't move while he did it, just like it's all,
Yeah, that
like
is
they're all
the hardest.
That's
thing
number
ever.
one way to die. Yeah, that's the most gangster thing I've ever.
That's
like,
brutal.
shoot. Anyways, I'm all, shoot yourself in the head with a pussy. Oh, Jesus, I'm not
So,
trying
Rick,
to bum anyone out.
I-
But
I had no idea that we would be talking about this tonight because I was thinking about all the things we could have possibly talked about since Ricky was like, "What are we going to talk about?" And
I know
we're
you
literally
fucked
about-
up asking that question, dude. That was a
I didn't
terrible
fuck
question
up
to ask.
anything. This is
No.
the-
Ricky
this is
was like,
how
"What can we talk
Oh.
about?" It was like, "Dude, we'll show you, dude."
I mean, I watched the pod, dude. I know how it goes.
yeah.
It's all good.
All right, let's
And-
get back on track because we were. Anthony was on a hunger strike for this. We went like 7 minutes without weeds.
Oh shit!
I'm calling you out to make it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What?
All right, so basically, like, yeah, that band Indra. The band was called Indra, and we were jamming and playing shows, whatever. And yeah, that band also fizzled out. It just ended up not working out. And at that point, honestly, like I felt like quitting music.
What?
And it was it was like 2020. Yeah,
We all
so
have
that's
those.
yeah, and that's like a big reason why I wanted to, because I was like, so I worked at Whole Foods. That was like my previous job, Whole Foods
Whole
meat
Foods?
department. Whole Foods, yeah,
Mhm.
at Whole Foods, and I was working throughout the whole pandemic, and it was honestly really fucking depressing.
Oh,
Yeah, I
sure,
bet.
dude.
It's pretty
They stayed
brutal.
open. Oh, it's a grocery store, so they said
It's a
they
grocery
stayed
store,
open.
yeah.
Oh, dude, remember? Yeah, I'm not. Nope. Sorry.
Holy shit, dude.
You guys are fucked up, dude.
It's all I remember grocery store.
No, but I understand where you were at
Oh,
because of what I experienced at a grocery
Yeah.
store. Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah.
brutal, man. It was crazy. Like people were just buying a gang of shit.
You were like
And
on
they were-
demand. You had to be there. Like everyone else got to.
Yeah, I was an
chill at
essential
home and
worker.
stuff. You're essential.
How
worker.
many
Yeah, yeah.
conversations did you have about toilet paper while working?
Every day?
Like
Yeah.
there were all a bunch of Karens going there because like I was working on the nicer side of OC of Orange County. That's in Brea.
Oh,
City of
terrible.
Brea. So there was like a
Sounds
lot
terrible.
of there were a lot of Karens, and they were all like, why is there nothing here? It's like, well, because you're buying everything, you dumbass.
It's gone because it's bought. Because there's
you guys,
a whole.
yeah,
You guys
are
fell
all-
for the trick.
You guys are all over buying shit. You know, like why else?
What
would
if
it
that
be
was
gone?
not to go too deep, but obviously we're not going deep at all. But the toilet paper company is just going like, dude, you need to get toilet paper. Like somehow they got that word out, and did like I remember there was in Aptos there was like little blogs that were like, dude, there's toilet paper at Aptos Natural Foods right now. Like everyone would just run
you
there
were
and get
getting the
toilet
in?
paper and shit. Yeah. There was like an in on Facebook groups to go like, dude, there's toilet paper here now, dude. Go get it. And I went over to Kenny's house, and he's all, just get a bidet, dude. I just got a bidet, dude, and I was like, it's cool. I just
dude.
wipe myself fucking dry, and I'm a roll lasts me like fucking a month. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm about to get a
think
bidet.
smarter. Oh, they think
Yeah.
smarter, not harder, dude. 100%
T-shirt
with
there,
that.
dude.
Yep.
You
Dude, that's-
definitely, it's an experience, dude.
Do you have one, Anthony?
No, but every time, dude. As soon
Dude.
as I find out
we're
somebody
down.
has one. Wait, you just asked me a question.
I know. I started it. I was the arsonist that lit the fire, and I apologize.
I was just gonna say that I giggle. I even use it when I don't have to, just to feel what it feels like when I'm at.
Oh, my
somebody's
butthole's
house
so
with the bidet home.
desensitized to it. It's just for cleanliness,
dude,
like it's like just
and
clean my
the
butt.
pictures on the buttons too. It's just two butt cheeks with water shooting in it, and you're just like, yeah, dude, pushing that button.
Butt
Dude.
cheeks.
Man,
Bidet is
Good.
I'll literally drive home from work to go shit and just like make sure my you could just end anyways. I've done this a million times on here. But you just end a turd in mid turd and just be like, I'm done, and just shoot water in your butt and be like, whatever, done. I don't want to wait through this anymore. Like what the fuck? That's the best fucking like anyways.
It's a great image.
should get a-
But yeah, no,
now,
so-
now let's chop ourselves out of the Joel weeds and butt and
No, but
white
working at a
and-
grocery store in like the 2020s, like that, like I remember first going into them and just being like, everyone's like talking about like that joint might have been pre-podcast, but smoking that joint and going in like as the shit started and just being like, this is awkward as fuck. Like, what do I do? And you're like the worker there. So talk about that whole experience, and how long did that last for you working there?
I worked there for 3 years. I started like in the end of 2018.
Mhm.
So yeah, like my last year was 2021. So it was honestly like some fucking weird like post-apocalyptic shit, dude.
Yeah, you'll never forget it.
Yeah, and people were like so fucking dumb, honestly. Like, I'm sorry, but it's true, man. They were like,
Well, dude, the Whole Foods out of all the grocery stores, it's probably
Yeah,
a
at
little
a,
Right.
at a
aggressive.
Brea in California.
At a Brea in California. The
But
most
I
money,
I
most-
enjoy a Whole Foods, but Brea, California Whole Foods sounds like the worst nest of all of that shit that you guys.
Yeah, they're
are
already pissed that
alluding
you
to
don't
right
have they,
now.
they don't have the essential oil that you want when not during COVID, and then
Yeah.
during COVID, it's like
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
yeah, man, it was crazy because like I said, I worked in the meat department, and we had like, when you go buy meat, you have the case, like, where you get the meat and you choose it. We had like a really big one. It was like one of the biggest ones in the whole like county or whatever, and we had nothing. Like they like completely wiped us out, and we were like just at a point where we were just like standing around, just kind of cleaning and shit, and we're just like, what do we even do?
Like rub the
Yeah.
ice that where the
Yeah.
fish is supposed to be,
Yeah.
and all the meat's supposed to be.
Yeah, and like
Ice.
people were being like annoying about the masks and all that, so it was like a really stressful time, and around that time actually I accumulated a lot of like PTO, and I was like, dude, I just need 2 weeks off. I need
Yeah.
2 weeks off. Like, fuck, man, I
Just a
can't do this
reset.
shit. Yeah, and I actually drove up to like Santa Cruz during that time. I went up all the way to one and shit.
Hell
Yeah, it was really awesome, man. And honestly, I really needed that shit. It was fucking beautiful, like driving by a Big Sur. Fucking sick.
No,
yep,
fuck yeah.
yep.
Fucking rad, dude.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and I did a really cool hike up there in Pinnacles National Park.
Oh fuck yeah.
Dude,
Yep.
it was
I just
Really
drove by
cool.
there on Saturday. Yeah, that's
Mm.
awesome, dude.
fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it was sick. But so yeah, like around like during that whole time, like that band wasn't working out, and it was only me and the guitar player Seabass. It was just me and him, and he was still writing music, kind of like shooting shit at me, like, yo, like write bass for this and that. And I was like, kind of, I wasn't really feeling it anymore. but I didn't tell him like right away, you know.
Mhm.
And it kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, dude, sorry, I just can't do this shit. Like my heart's not in it. It's like I'm just wasting your time, basically.
Yeah.
So I kind of left, you know, and that's pretty much like when I saw Joseph post that video around that time. Like,
So were you friends with Joseph beforehand?
no.
Okay, so Joseph's video just got to you.
Yeah. It's on that technical death metal page on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was, you know, just scrolling and shit, just looking at that page or whatever. And I saw them post it and I was like, fuck, they sound sick. And I saw they were like local, you know, they weren't too far away from me. So I added Joseph and I sent Chris this whole fucking paragraph, you know, like my little spiel or whatever. And
do you have that paragraph ready to post on the screen?
Ready to cite
Joseph-
word for word
No, I'm
for
just
us
kidding.
right now in this moment.
Ricky's
Yeah,
like,
it's like-
please. I'm just kidding.
No, whatever.
Please
I
don't.
think Joseph, you like didn't you like archive this like the message I sent you or whatever?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I
don't
would,
care.
I would say that he probably has it in a file somewhere in his professor.
Pretty sure he does. I
vault.
think I remember him telling me that he like saved it or whatever.
I did the same thing to Dan Kenny and Anthony, by the way. But anyways,
But
keep going.
what? You
A lot
still
of
have the
things.
same email from back in the day?
No. I'm just saying
Oh.
I sent you a message for Carnivorous.
Yeah, dude,
All right.
I would love.
Let's not. We don't have to go now. We're gonna. That's another hour. We'll go.
Everybody's. I feel like I'm being. The reins are being pulled, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling them on myself because I want to talk about it really bad. But fucking.
All right, I won't start any other subject
Look
from
at
this
it.
point
I'm trying to
forward.
pretend like I'm frozen.
If somebody. What if you? So that really happens during the show, dude. So I have to like stop and watch the windy things on all
Yeah.
your things.
Well,
and
I'm
just
looking
sit
at
there
things
for-
like the 2 hour 55-minute clock too, and I'm like, and like the weeds, I feel like are cool for like an hour and a half, and
Yeah,
then
we
like,
were, like,
when we're
in the
trying to
weeds.
try to wrap the story up. I'm like, shit, dude, we're at 4 minutes because like 3 hours. Try to keep it 3 hours. So this is how my
Ricky
brain works, dude.
relives all the time.
Dude, I'm
that we
40
get
years
out of
old,
him.
dude. This is how my brain works, dude.
Yeah, dude. Now he's
Well,
got to go to bed earlier, dude.
I'll just
As
I'll
soon as he
just
turned
say-
40, his bedtime was brought forward 1 hour.
but it was really cool to have like Ricky find us, and it was like very validating that like we just posted a video and got like we didn't have a bass player before we posted that video, but we were like it was live, like we were jamming. It was Chris and me. I think was Zach also in the video, right?
No.
So we had two guitarists, and so it was just like oh well, now we have a bass player. Like we just solved the next problem we were facing as a band just by like just literally like doing the thing you do where it's like let's just get together, play our song, film it,
Yeah.
and put it on the internet. So it just came together. And then the fact that Ricky was like more into prog was kind of really cool too, because it was like to be in Dreamer, you have to like be okay with at least 8, 9, 10-minute songs. And like there's a lot of like flashy guys out there, but like to have the like background and vocabulary of like the like epic bands, the band striving, like Dream Theater, Opeth, Tool, Between the Buried and Me, like to get that is what we were trying to do. There's no like explaining that or having to like justify that. It's just like, yes, that's like the thing to do. I'm like, I want to like, strive for that too. So
Totally.
Yeah, and that's what was sick about finding these guys, man. Because like, this is like Dreamer to me is like the band I always wanted to be in, like like technical,
elements.
like prog. Yeah,
totally.
It to me, I was like, fuck, dude, this is like the band I want to really be in,
So wait,
And
are we
what's up?
saying that I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Was it the show that you guys got in touch with through? No,
no, it was
No,
just
it
a
was,
live rehearsal recorded. I just recorded us on my phone or something.
Okay, I'm tripping.
In a
Yeah,
room.
The cool thing about like that is that like that Joseph and Chris were doing a thing, and it was a dude that was like hungry but actually like a great musician that was into the
hungry
same
right
style of music. It was like literally a person, like a perfect kind of candidate, someone that was like loved the style of music, was great at their instrument, and
Yeah.
wanted like heard what they were doing and just like I want to be a part of it. It's like that's where all these things link, and then it just kind of worked out. That's what's fucking awesome about it.
It was
Yeah.
mostly because like I didn't really know anybody that was like pushing the boundary in terms of their playing. Like I was really looking for someone that was better than me. And not to like stroke myself off, but I definitely like was trying to play more like harder shit than more people would want to.
Yeah.
And when I saw like Chris and Joseph playing, I was like, damn, I need to hit these guys up.
Yeah.
So I hit him up, whatever, and like I hung out and like I brought my bass, and Chris sent me the tabs to one of the songs called Hollow, and I learned a little bit of it, but I didn't really know the song, and so I just hung out, and they pretty much played the whole album in front of me, and I was just like, fuck,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to like for sure step it up. That's when I realized like your guys' caliber was like way higher than mine. So yeah,
And that's awesome. That's why I love running into people like that, because then you're like, shit, I gotta up my game. Like it can't be like, oh, I know what you guys are doing. Well, it's like you have to be like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. All right, let's start to reverse engineer this, and that's where you get better.
I mean, I don't know. Ricky like immediately was starting to write better bass. It was like, okay, you're not like behind us or anything. It was just
Ricky's a good bass player or a musician because he's shaking his head thinking, he's like, nah, I didn't do any of that stuff.
Exactly.
It's like all the good musicians do that. They're like, nah,
yeah,
dude, that wasn't me.
The humility.
They don't go like this. They don't go like this. Then go like, yep. That was,
but it's the whole collective mentality, dude. The art collectives come together to feed off of each other and enhance each other through watching other, your collective doing their thing. And coming into, sorry, Joseph, I'll finish it just by saying, coming into a collective as somebody who sees members of that collective that are up further down the road, but still having a positive attitude and being accepted into this collective, then that just means that you just are already setting goals down the road to their video game status, hitting those checkpoints, and you're setting up those checkpoints down the road by seeing these people, and that's just off and running. And then you just have that mentality of it's always something down the road.
For sure. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna say something, Joseph.
Oh well, whatever you say.
Yeah,
is I'd rather you go for it.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, for sure when I met them, I got along with them really well. I always talked about how they were my boys when like we like started talking about music and shit, and they like mentioned Jean-Luc Ponty and Defeated Sanity in the same sentence.
What?
And I was like,
yeah.
We were like eating the pizza, the fucking Thai curry pizza, Joseph.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we were all talking about music, and I was like, yeah, these are my people, dude. Like I
Finally,
finally
combination, dude. Music and pizza, dude. Such a good combination.
That's what we would
also we, as nerds, we have like keywords that you can say to us. There's like certain musicians, certain bands you could just drop on us. We're like, all right, I'm listening.
I feel like that's a pretty wide spectrum right there, like Jean-Luc Ponty to Defeated Sanity, Yeah. And that's a lot about all of us, as a whole. Like we're all like pretty eclectic musicians or whatever, and that's what I really loved when I met them, because not too many people like very pretty sounding shit and very ugly sounding shit, It's either one or the other. It's like very rare to find people that like both.
Yep.
So a lot of them are Cali Death Podcast fans.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's weird. I was watching this like psychological breakdown of this dude, or talking about like psychology behind metalheads and stuff, and how you kind of form your brain into liking ugly sounding things or become pretty through like just like listening to the style of music, getting used to it, and like it's like it's like to other people it's negative. It's scratching a chalkboard. It's doing, and like to us it's like, oh, that makes sense. That, it's like what,
it's like a
you
pug.
can't. That's why you just can't like introduce someone to like, oh, you want to try to get into metal? All right, here's Cannibal Corpse. Like you have to like go like System of Down. You have to like go through the layers, and you have to, the onion has to be peeled. You can't just go like just jump to what I'm into. It's like they're gonna be like, what the fuck, and like. It's basically like your brain kind of has to acclimate to it, but then I've reverse engineered where it went to like the most obscure, like ugly stuff, and then I'm like, I like poppy stuff now. And like, you know, like you start liking pretty stuff, and you like all these things that you just respect. You watch a country band on stage and go like, that guitar player, I can't do what he's doing as cleanly as that. Like that's one thing I'll like look at, like musicians. I don't, because I'll be shown things where I don't like care about the music at all. But I'll be like, okay, let's check out the musicians. Oh shit, okay, he's got a PRS. All right, cool. All right. Oh damn, dude, he's like clean. He's doing those chords. I didn't hear one dead string on any of those chords. Like, and I'll start like picking out like that's their technical death metals, like making sure every note on every chord is perfect, you know, in front of a bunch of people. And I'll be like, that's respectable. I like that a lot, you know. And you start like kind of reversing through like going more
actually
abstract.
You guys, both Ricky and Joel, you are the two people I've seen like try the hardest to like go from liking like really gnarly like Spawn of Possession or Dream Theater time music to like try to get into normal music. I feel like for you it's both. I've heard you like try to explain this. I remember Ricky being like, why do people only listen to music that has vocals? And I'm like, that's not even a question you need answered. That's like, or that you would ever usually form. That's like people start with vocals and would ask, why would you ever listen to music without it? Like you have it all backwards. I feel like you both have weird entrance ways into normal music. Like
why would you ever eat food with flour, dude? What's going on? I don't know. It's like it goes. Yeah, no, it's a lot. I mean, I noticed the vocal heavy is like when you talk to humans about death metal, especially, they will go like vocal obsession. They're like, well, everything's great, but the vocals suck. And like you see, like then you kind of break down what they like, and it's more vocal heavy stuff. They don't care about the chord progressions or time signatures or anything. They're just like, vocals are catchy. That's what I like, you know. And so and so when I adhere to what they like, I'm like, yeah, it's fucking sick. That's rad, dude. That's super sick, you know. Like I just try to like empathize, because me going like Cannibal Corpse and stuff. It's like when I empathize with them, I'm like, yeah, of course you don't like that. That'd be terrible. You know, in your position. But anyways,
yeah, it's just weird too, because like I came in as like I said, I sang first, and now I fucking love like
okay.
I you know, like Dream Theater was my favorite band, and they have like singing vocals, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I came into like the death metal world, and I was like, this is also sick, you know. Like I don't know if you've heard of the band Torture. Hats and Rock Torture. Yeah, they have like fucking not that band. They have like fucking bullfrog vocals. It's like there's like
I've
they have like
seen
no
those
lyrics,
more.
right, Joseph?
Yeah, it's like they're no lyrics, just song titles and then noises.
Yeah. Are they wearing like all like the hazmat suit?
No.
Is it the okay?
I think that's
Gulag. Keep saying. Yeah, Gulag.
I know who you're thinking about, Joel. I can't
Gulags.
remember the name, but
No, he just said it.
That's
Gulags are coming to LA. Actually, they're playing a show.
Oh, that's right. 1720.
It's actually super party.
Down. I'm actually down with it.
I fuck with Gulags.
It looks like it would be a party. You know, it's very.
I
close
saw
to like going to see a
Switzerland.
DJ.
Yeah, there was like a Eastern European band that played in Switzerland that was like that, like I don't know what to call it, that kind of grind or that kind of slam or whatever, but like the two-step ducat kind of slam. It's pretty fucking cool.
Cock and ball torture.
It kind of spawns from like the Maryland Death Fest grouping of bands that like kind of like have this kind of grindy, fun.
Hit that.
Yeah. It's like kind of like starts off kind of serious, and it kind of went to like a wacky, fun, comedic place.
But then
Cock and ball torture.
Torture, just the band Torture is like, it's like early cephalotropsy, but even more austere. It's like not a single note is not a palm muted guitar power chord, right? Every single fucking note. There's no like tremolo. There's no eighth notes. It's all just, and then the drums are thick.
Open notes. Just
like it's the most austere slam is the best way I can explain it.
It is all. Well, no, it is all palm muted. It is not all palm muted. It is all palm muted.
Yeah, everything is palm muted.
Mean, Professor, I need a lesson real quick.
Yeah, like there's no like a desert is austere versus like a jungle, which is like got so much going on. There's like nothing in it. It's like a desert, and actually the album cover.
So it's like a dry version of
super dry, like no atmosphere, just slams, just chugged guitar notes. That's it.
See what you think about it.
like the caveman,
That
just like
actually-
it's
that
like
made me
fucking.
make
This
it-
is
it
we're
made
very
sense to me
simple.
now.
This is what we are. We're it's like that's what we are. Like we're not doing anything else. This is what we do, and the
Yeah.
crowd goes nuts. I love that.
pretty
And
sick.
they kind of blew up too, you know, like in the hardcore scene. Me and Beatty actually went to go see them at a fest at Sound and Fury Fest like last month, and it was fucking sick, dude. Honestly, I got the chills. It was like probably one of the sickest shows I've seen recently. And we saw them that Wednesday with me. It was me and Derek and Chris. We went to go see them at some like little fucking show, and they were so sick, dude. Fuck.
It's like when I talk about the story about you were there with us, right? When we saw fucking whenever I drank, I can't Sansuabog.
Sanguisugabog.
Sanguisugabog. We in the
At
morning,
Psycho?
like we were you there for that?
I wasn't
'Cause
there. No, I was. I took a flight.
Oh.
It was like a little bit after. I arrived a little
Oh,
after.
okay. Because we were just all like, "This is fucking rad," but it's also like this weird caveman feel we got. Like we all feel like a little like
Primal.
dumb is a bad word. Just less
It's not
like
dumb
less
at all.
concerned about technicality. We
It's
wanted like
primal.
it's going back to the roots and just understanding like, and even when we had what's his name on from that band, it was like he's like, yeah, it's like fucking dumb. It's like dumb shit that I love, and I'm like, all right, that's exactly how I described it. It's like dumb is like can be used as a multi. It's like aloha, dude. It could be hello or
It's-
goodbye. It's like
It's like
yeah. Go ahead.
it's like there's still a depth to it, but it's definitely it's like the disposal of the dead side of Defeated Sanity instead of the Dharmata side of that split.
Dharmata,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's violent too, music, so it's very dumb. It's like very like let's hurt
Barbaric.
each other. Barbaric. Yeah.
They actually
yeah.
played at that fest, but me and Chris had left already. But I saw footage of it, and dude, all the fucking hardcore dudes were fucking eating that shit up, man. They had like a
yeah.
lot of depth and looked pretty crazy. And I wish I stayed,
Good
because
for them. Good for them.
Yeah, no, for sure. That show
Yeah.
looked fucking insane.
Yeah, they toured with Suicide Silence and stuff, and it's like they're very It's like Dying Fetus, very multifaceted. They can go with. They could
The
tour
best
with
band.
Spawn of Possession, or they could tour with like Hatebreed. They could
I
tour
saw
with
them with
Dreamer's a chameleon band like that though too.
100%. Yeah,
I saw Sanguisugabog with Nile and Incantation, I think.
yeah.
We were all
They're
there.
actually they were like
Remember
probably the best band, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they were for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nile, like the drums were just, dude. 1720 has like the worst sound. I swear to God.
That was one of the most shot shows of 1720 I've ever seen. Nile were
Yeah,
What
bad for
1720?
them.
it's a venue
It's a
in
venue.
LA.
Venue down there.
That's where.
I'm-
That's where. You were
called
there. He called in
I-
from there. Remember?
I called in from a show there once.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
think you guys had Pierce Williams on or something.
Yeah.
Who just played Walkin'. But anyway, Ricky, when did you get into photography? That was my last question on my list.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too, dude.
2021. So pretty much that all started because I saw like a video of my homie Wolfgang, like he just filmed himself playing bass, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get that like quality, and I just bought a camera, and it was supposed to be for video initially, and I've done a couple of videos with Chris and Joseph, but I don't know, I just randomly liked taking pictures, and I was like, man, I might as well just take pictures for the homies at shows, and like people are always like, oh yeah, you should be charging, but it's like mostly an art for me, it's not, I don't really care to monetize that shit.
Mhm.
And like, you could make good money off of it, but it's like, anytime I did that, I didn't really care about it too much. So I definitely take it more as like an art form.
Also,
Was
just
it,
getting the shows for free. I'm just getting the shows for free. and
Sometimes,
experience
not
it
all the
right-
time.
to pay.
So
for
was
shows,
it
I'd be
was
like,
it live performance that made you want to take photos, or did you go out and take other style photos?
Yeah, I
before
think,
that?
yeah, like in my city, it's like, very like artsy city right now. So
Mhm.
I always go out and take pictures there, or like whenever I go out, like I take hikes and shit.
Yeah.
Some landscape photography. I just take pictures of whatever. Like whenever I'm walking around, I just see like a little flash. I'm like, oh, it could be a sick picture,
Is it
Is it-
just on your Instagram, or do you have like a photography
No,
page?
it's just on my Instagram. Yeah, and I
How do
don't
we
want to
follow
like
you? How do we follow you, Ricky?
Ricky Avocado, dude.
Ricky Avocado. Dude, we
Yeah,
just had
avocado.
is it at the exact same time, but we actually I was gonna say, is it no, I actually don't remember. What fuck is it? Is it just like being in the moment and you feel like I want to capture this other than my memory? I want this view that I'm having. I want to preserve it in a way that I can go back to it better than my memory.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely it. Like I remember even back then, I would just take a lot of pictures on my phones. And me and my buddies, one of my homies that was in the chat, Hugo Almanza, we all got together recently. And yeah, that's one of them. You know,
That's sick.
Sick.
a random picture.
I like that.
Yeah, like we all got together, and I was like showing them a bunch of pictures, and they're like, "Dude, you have like so much memories of all of us." I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of the point, you know. Like I just like preserving memories and pictures,
Mhm,
pretty much
mhm.
the whole thing, you know." And then like that's when I just started like taking pictures of people at shows, you know, like playing shows or whatever. And I don't really do it too much anymore because I kind of like wanted to focus more on music.
Dude, I'm now having a moment in my head where why am I not doing more photography? I rely on my wife to take pictures of me and my family constantly, you know, and I don't have that many pictures, but that is the exact reason why we take pictures is
Yeah,
to preserve memories better than our brains.
it's really crazy when you look back on it because it's like, whoa, this is a moment in time,
Yeah.
and I was there, you
Yeah.
know, and like you look at it and you're like, fuck, I totally remember taking the picture. I totally remember that moment, you know. It's just like a nice memory, pretty much is the way I see it.
That's a reminds me of a Norm Macdonald joke talking about like how back in the day that you go like we got one picture of your grandpa just like he had to sit in front of the camera for an hour for the exposure. You're like, you got to feed them hogs. Like you know, he had that look in his face. He's all in the future. It'd be like, hey, do you want to see 500,000 pictures of your grandma, dude? It's gonna be like that's how it's gonna be like in the future. It's just like
It is.
we have access to it. You know, like it's a free. I mean, not necessarily free to be good, but just like you can do it and see what you capture. You have a decent camera on your phone. You can start with it and just see.
So then we move on to video, and that we did that for a while. And what if we stay alive long enough as a human species to where everybody has their own video of their life?
That'd be crazy.
It's gonna be VR soon. It's gonna be like, hey, dude, you want to go see what my grandpa saw in his house? Who's like walk through your grandpa's house?
It's like imagine like you can upload your memories into like a hard drive or something.
Oh god,
that's basically what we're all trying to work towards, and we don't realize it.
It's immortality.
It's getting as close to immortality with the technology that we have today as we possibly can.
I mean, just with the phones alone, dude, it's kind of crazy how you can like pretty much archive someone's whole life. Like with my niece, like you know, she's like 10 years old right now, and just the other day she came by and I was like, holy shit, you're so big now, dude. You know, and I was just showing her a bunch of pictures when she was a baby. I'm like, that's so crazy how you can like see yourself as a baby. I don't really have too many pictures of myself as a kid, you know.
I have many, like I'm not many, but I have very few, like 4 or 5 pictures of me as like 1 year old. It's like like the progression of you. They're going like a progression. Oh, this is on Saturday when he said to put his arm up. Like, you know, it's like everything you do is like documented. You know,
and like my mom, she's just like has so many pictures of her, and I'm like, dude, that's a trip. How your whole life is pretty much like archived.
Right.
You know.
I kind of like the mystery of the grandpa. They got the few grandpa pics like holding you, and you're like, what was he like? You know, because then your brain like has to go like, what was that guy all about? You know, you have to like ask questions, and that's where the ancestry stuff came in. That's what I found out I can't balance very well.
That is cool too. You know, like the mystery behind it all.
Yeah, I like that.
But what if like the newer generations that end up getting dementia, if you just keep playing those memories in front of them, if they have all these videos, like what if that sparks some shit? I don't know.
There'll probably be a chip in your head before that.
Yeah. How cool would it be to have dementia and then somebody puts a chip in your head and you're hit with fucking Amazon Prime ads?
Whoa.
Yeah. Man.
Or we get to a point. Oh yeah. Don't you have like music out already for that, Joseph?
Oh yeah. Scott has the CD, dude.
Yeah,
fuck
dude,
yeah.
that's a gnarly demo cover, dude. That's
You should have seen Anthony try to pronounce it while you're gone.
parasitic septicity, dude. I got it that time, but I was saying at the end of the episode, I think I was saying septicity.
You're like parasitic septis.
Well, guys, I kind of gotta wrap.
We'll wrap it. Let's wrap it up. This is
right,
three and a half hours
got-
in.
3 and
I've got one
20.
final.
We gave the avocado 320, dude.
Fucking Ricky, that was awesome, dude. We loved you. We've always wanted you on here. Dreamer, fuck yeah.
You have been
So-
on the list a long time.
Oh, one final. I think so. We'd have a final to work on, like a final paper. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay. So I just want to shout out the promoter team one more time who brought us out, and then this is the next year's Awful Fest. They got Skinless and Internal
What?
Bleeding.
Who's that middle logo?
And that band is called
Whatever.
55 Gore, but I'll leave it for another episode to talk about.
Dude.
Okay.
And Skinless is playing again. Is it Sherwood on vocals or is it Homeboy from
it's-
Origin?
Whoever's the OG Skinless guy, there's
Sherwood.
one guy who's still
Sherwood.
doing it. Yeah, I think it's still
That's
him because
Sherwood.
they're playing Progression Towards Evil in full.
Durst.
So, and that was my last thing.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
the other last thing. Fuck. Dude, I got to talk about it another time, but I went to Entheon Gallery in London.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
it was
shit.
the sickest thing. All right, that's for another episode. I'll fucking.
That was
That was perfect for the
DMC trip
fucking.
right there.
We're talking
I know
about
you guys. We talked about
psychedelics.
psychedelics for like an hour, and I didn't ever mention it. I was trying so
Bruh.
hard to bring it up, and it never happened. So,
You
yeah.
just throw it in there, dude. Just
that
put
picture,
it up, and then we would be like, "Whoa!"
Battle
No,
Forge
just
Coffee.
Battle Forge Coffee.
I'm gonna do this now when it's time to wrap up. Just
Dude, I love you so much.
Just throw like pictures of like merch and like a studio and Metal Forge Graphy.
But yeah,
All right.
Ricky, you should come up to hang out in Santa Cruz with these guys and me sometime, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
would love that, dude. If I knew you were coming up, dude, I'd make my way down to Santa Cruz.
Fuck
I'm
yeah,
only
dude. Super
during
down.
the week. I'm only an hour away, so I could get there easily.
And I'm good at predictions, by the way. I'm good at predictions, and you guys will all know who the fuck Dreamer is pretty soon. And this will be a
Yeah.
fun little thing for me to reference back when you guys are like doing really well. I'll be like,
We'll see.
I don't know why, because it's
Yeah.
a sports thing. I like no, like I just want to
No,
call it.
we've-
I just want to call it right
we've
now.
been
I
at-
just want to call it.
We've been at bat for Dreamer since
Yeah.
you know, as soon as it came across our radar. Joseph is the reason why we know about it. We're so grateful for Christopher Beatty to do our theme song. Everybody
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
always
Thank
wants to know where that came from. That's Chris from Dreamer, and Ricky is part of that rhythm section in that band, and he is a prominent and very distinguished player in that band, and he has our utmost respect. Ricky
I think-
Avocado, dude.
And
I
he
think
works
once
for
this-
Rickenbacker, and he works for Fender. Sorry, I didn't.
and we appreciate the patience of all the fans, and obviously, I mean, you know, with Chris joining Zenith Passage, and like that was just the big, you know, he had to do that. Like, who wouldn't do that?
Yeah, for sure.
So shout out to him. And then it's just been slow, but once first one is done, we'll put the second one out real quick after the first one. So, and
Yeah.
if you really want to hear it, just hit me up. I'll send you some demos, and you can fucking
With my bass on
hear
it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
exactly.
that slappy fucking Ricky bass, dog.
You guys
That's
should
all I
listen
gotta
to it, man.
say.
It's pretty sick.
All right, I gotta go.
And with
Fuck
how
yeah.
many people still ask about the theme song, we need to start plugging it in the beginning, even though it's already mentioned. The visuals that you're seeing at the very end of it, before I start saying "What's going on, everybody," you'll see it's Chris Beatty.
Maybe we
right
should
there.
put a
Dreamer logo.
audio. No, put audio in it. Just says theme song by Christopher Beatty, like built in.
As you're talking, what's up,
maybe I
everyone's all
should-
theme song by Christopher Reeve. He's like, shit.
Instead of let's make it DIY even more, and I just say that before I go theme song by Christopher Beatty. What's going on, everybody? Cali.
Nice.
All right, we'll do that next week.
All right,
Sure.
Ricky, love you, dude. Had
Dude,
great times at
Ricky.
Psycho Fest. You're fucking crushing it on bass. You're crushing everything, dude. And we can't wait to come back in like a year and be like, told you so. Band's gonna be huge. Fucking
Yeah,
suck
dude.
wieners.
And-
Suck wieners.
suck all the wieners. Ricky,
Love you guys.
you're always welcome to come back whenever you want, dude. We were
Yeah.
just,
Fuck yeah, man.
this
Super
is a
down.
great hang, dude, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys, man.
I appreciate
Fuck yeah.
everybody else's time who's still with us in the chat. And rock on if you're listening to this afterwards. We're going to be here next week. As always, rock on. Battleforce Coffee, GeneratorRehearsalStudios.com.
Dreamer.
All the
Dreamer.
professor plugs that he said in the beginning of the podcast. Just fucking
Chicago
do it all.
Domination Fest sometime in September.
It's not Chicago, it's
Chicago.
Texas. Texas Domination Fest.
Texas Domination Fest in Chicago is going to be in September. And
Joel undrunk alert. All right. Love
all right,
you guys.
love you guys.
We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.